This is all wrong. All wrong. There you go. There you go.
Get it out.
Keep on traveling.
It's a beautiful shirt.
All right.
And I like how it's traveling.
No.
with,
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
He's hip.
Sorry, everybody. 1 second.
The hippest, probably. Oh.
Knuckles is really angry.
I am a human.
He shouldn't be angry. He's got that new show coming out soon. All right. Get this out of here. Get this up here. Do this. Do that. Doing it right. Okay.
People!
3, 2, 1. Go Nintendo Podcast, episode 918, the Spide Ops Podcast. Mom Brain, will you tell us about Spide Ops, please? Ooh, having Discord trouble over there?
I had to clear my cache before.
Clear my cache, clear my cache.
Not because I was looking at pornography.
Yeah.
Okay. Pokemon 918. Speed Ops. Spide Ops clings to branches and ceilings using its threads and moves without a sound. It takes out its prey before the prey even notices it. 3 feet tall,
Notice me, senpai.
36 pounds, male and female. The category is trap. Abilities include insomnia, where the Pokemon's insomnia prevents it from,
Sleeping.
that's correct, falling asleep, to be quite
Thank you,
specific.
Mom Brain.
My absolute and total pleasure.
Trap house, trap music,
Mhm.
other traps, animal traps,
Night Trap.
Night Trap. There.
Mhm.
Gaming podcast. You are on point, my friend. Hello, Mom Brain. How are you?
Hello. I'm overwhelmed.
Tell me about it. I mean, that is an I agree statement and also a tell me about it statement.
It's just a ton of grad school work to do that's annoying and like not useful. So, you know.
Well, I got exciting news for you because yesterday was Good Friday, right?
Yeah, he has risen. Is that
So you
your
know
good
what?
news?
He has riz, as the kids say nowadays. That makes today a great Saturday, right, Nicky Hill? You're the resident religion expert. What is today? Is today anything?
Is it a coincidence that
Hentai
he's
and religion?
yeah the hentai correspondent and the religion
It's like
expert?
that
Two
kid
things
on
you
the
don't bring up at a
internet.
dinner
boy.
party.
Come on.
Oh boy.
That kid on the internet. I got the power of God and anime on my side.
Religion and hentai.
Is today something? I'm being serious. I don't know.
It's Circus Saturday.
So-
He is risen. He is risen.
Nicky
He
Hill
is
is
risen.
here. How are you doing, Nicky?
That is good.
I'm good. Did you hear about the whole thing with
Jesus?
the backstory between Marty
You
and
hear that Jesus lore?
between Marty McFly and Doc?
Hello,
Uh-oh.
Do. How are you?
No.
Well, just answer me first.
I just want to make sure we got.
I'm
our
not going to tell
hellos
the
in
whole
there.
story right now. Hello, Do.
I need to know this story.
Wait,
Your name.
no. You're not getting away with this. I stopped for a quick second to say hello to him. You say, don't do that. I'm not going to tell the whole story.
No,
And then
I
what
just-
do you do?
I
You
just-
say hello to him after.
I just asked for a yes or a no, and then hello, Do.
Well,
I
I
mean,
mean,
the
this-
answer's no. You're going to leave me hanging.
No,
Yeah.
I'll skip back to it. I mean, and I don't look. It's not verified.
it's
a
happening
TikTok
right
thing.
now. We're doing it.
No,
now.
it's not.
Who are you?
Hello, Josh. Hello, George. How's everybody
Doesn't anyone
feeling?
care what I do?
Jeez.
Yeah, what are you? What do you think?
Very cool.
Yeah, I'm very cool for thinking of you
Why would you say that?
because I'm the only one who wanted to introduce you today.
Shut up. I don't
Whoa.
care.
Oh no,
Whoa.
Josh! Oh God, Josh, are you and Nikki
Goodness.
in a little
I'd
bit
expect
of a?
I'd expect this
happening.
behavior.
None of your business.
I'd expect this sort of attitude from my family tomorrow, but not from you, Josh.
You're in
And
such a sour
very
mood
cool.
right now.
Oh boy, everybody's giving.
Go
big-
suck a lime.
now that all the hellos
which
are
is
out of
his
the way,
favorite thing. So that's not really a threat.
I saw
you.
something
Moving
about
on.
Doc and Marty, and I was like, this is going to be one of those things I'm not even giving it the time of day. So I
Oh,
skipped
okay.
over it. But
Maybe
I
it's
am ready
best
to
that I
learn.
don't even know.
no, I was like, this is going to be somebody's like own idea that they present as
Well, no,
fact and it's
the guy
opinion, but
said
we'll
the
see.
guy on TikTok said he had read a lot of like the earlier scripts of the movie, and when they took the script to Disney, they made it like a more family friendly script, and Disney didn't want it because they were like, well, that's weird. Spoiler alert: Marty's mom like falls in love with him. That's a little creepy. That's not Disney.
And now they own Star Wars.
and then they just kept shopping around like the more family friendly version, but like in an earlier version,
They have sex.
allegedly, supposedly, not that far off, Doc was like hard up for money because
Docs with. Why you go? Oh, I'm sorry. No joking here. This is very serious about.
just
Back
want to
the
get it out.
Future.
I
Okay.
mentioned it. I teased this whole thing. I don't want everybody sitting and waiting.
I
Like,
just want to point out that you also said you weren't gonna tell us.
no, I
So-
said I was going to. What?
Moving on.
Did he not also say?
He's in the middle of telling us.
I was
so-
I wasn't gonna just jump into it. You're doing introductions. We should also say hello to everyone in the chat.
God,
Big hello to my
God,
fans.
this is awful.
Just tell the story. I'll be quiet.
So Doc spent like his family fortune trying to build the time machine.
sound like?
So he didn't have any money, so he was bootlegging and like making bootleg copies of pornography, and Marty was a guy that he hired to sell it at the school.
Come on. I mean,
So Biff wasn't
Why
really.
why else do they have a relationship? Where's their friendship started?
yes, you're right. It must be counterfeit porn sold at the high school
No,
hallways.
drugs
What?
would have
He's a
made
scientist, for God's sake. He
drugs
made
would
a
have made
time
more
machine.
sense, but they wanted it to, they thought that was
He
a little too
stole
extreme.
plutonium from the Libyans. Like how he's gonna be like a pornography peddler, like to high school kids.
You know
What's
what Doc used to say while looking at porn?
Great Scott.
Great Scott.
great? What?
Great Scott. His thing. The thing he says. That's where it came from. That's where I heard it
I
came
thought
from.
you were gonna say something else that was like sexual related. Is Scott sexual related? No.
I'm sure there is a Scott that's been in pornography. so
Great.
That's
I don't want to
Okay.
say the word.
That was also in the original script. His original catchphrase
gonna
was
lie,
great.
I'm sweating.
Yeah.
Meow. No, like
I did it
like
before.
great
there you go.
is a chicken.
Great cock is what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't
I
wanna
guess
say
it's
that.
close enough.
Yeah,
for
I don't
Scott.
want. I don't want to say that.
You know, I find that word to be so obnoxious.
Cockamamie.
No, just like I prefer the word wiener if I'm gonna use it. I just feel like
If you're gonna use it in what?
Well, I
what are
feel
you
like
talking
different
about?
contexts could be
Yeah.
different to other people. You know, like
You're like in an intimate situation, you're not gonna be like, yeah, let me get at
Yeah,
that wiener.
wiener. You know, like you wouldn't say that. Like
guys, I have to excuse
maybe not.
myself for a moment. I have to go change my clothes.
sploosh.
No, I just think like
Ugh.
We
Not
got a
gonna lie, I'm
Oh,
sweating.
all right, I'll take a both.
I just think like I feel like there's something so like for a man to refer to it. Can I say that word in that context on the podcast?
I don't really care anymore. Yeah,
What
go
about
ahead.
dang dong?
I just feel like
Show's
that's,
always in the gutter.
I
Go
feel
right
like
ahead.
that's just like a bold move. Like it takes a certain
For a man to refer to his own penis as a cock.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not something I would ever do,
Yeah.
but to each
I
their
would,
own.
yeah. Well, I would use it differently in certain situations. Like if we were just having a conversation, I'd probably say wiener over.
Oh, 100%.
You know.
Wiener.
Always wiener.
Always wiener.
But like
is
if I'm
correct.
trying to like make it sound like it's impressive, I'm not going to be like, "Hey, baby,
Yeah.
my wiener." You know, like no one's going
Get a load of this
Stop listening
weenie.
after
I
that point.
prefer dick, I think.
What about
Because I feel like dick is
peen?
neutral.
Dick is neutral.
Dick is
I'll agree with
neutral.
that,
Cock
yeah.
is like, all
Peen
right,
is-
you better
peen
live
is
up
great.
to that.
Peen
It's a
is
little
great.
bit more. Yeah, okay, I can see that.
You know? So I think you're safest going with dick.
Koboon says thoughts on Wang. Well,
Oh,
Well,
I've
Wang
been
is
thinking
a
Wang.
great one.
Wang.
is-
Listen.
You know what my
I'm a real Wang slanger.
I really like it when Rami refers to vaginas as yatch. That's like one of my favorites.
Okay.
Well, I only started doing it. Who was it? Our friend Jill was talking about Yatch, and I
Yeah.
was like, "That's such a great
Yatch
word."
is a great one.
but I wouldn't. That's
I mean,
you
not
know,
sexual. I wouldn't be like in the heat of the moment, like
that's not what I would refer. Like that's around friends.
I'm not gonna imagine a
family.
man
I'm
being
not
like,
gonna say it around
"Come
strangers.
put your yacht on my face."
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
how horrible.
So
Oh, here she goes. Made herself laugh.
Give me
did it
that
turn into like an
yacht.
evil witch laugh at the end, man.
Because I
Well,
don't know.
Hoo ha. Highland Tom says hoo ha.
Hoo-ha
That's
is a no
allowed as
for
well.
me
Yeah.
across the board.
I didn't know that yacht. I was
But
no,
Big
but it's not
butt.
just butt. It stands for girl,
Girl, your
your
ass
ass
thick.
yeah,
thick.
but
yeah,
it's a butt.
but only a big
Yacht.
one.
Yeah, damn. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
A
All right.
shapely one.
Makes sense.
Super Sanchez says Wiener and Hoo Ha are on par.
With cock.
No, they're the same. Like Wiener
Oh
and
yeah,
Hoo-ha
yeah.
are on the
I
same
agree.
level.
Wiener and hoo ha. I agree. Yeah.
Hmm.
And there you go. Let's say hi to the chats. Thank you, Drake. Perfect gif at the perfect time.
Well, I'm
Squidward. Hi, alternate Liz and Drake.
Listen, 90.
As a kid, I used to laugh at that
I
so
loved
much
that.
every
It was
time.
the
Here
funniest.
comes the window.
Yeah.
Alternate Liz, Drake Gamer, Super Sanchez, Koboon, Hiley and Tom, Koboon, Ice Dilbert, Malik, Halo, William. You guys got some great gifts in here. This is really good.
That Al Pacino one's good.
Ted Division, Red Souza, whoever else I didn't see in here. Thanks for joining on this holiest of weekends where we've already talked about. Hi, Nico Dornette, where we've already talked about things I'm sure those who are interested or believers in the religious holiday aren't excited to hear, so I apologize. Hi, Axel. Good to see you. And whoever else comes in, I'll try to say hello as I catch you.
Are you guys doing anything?
Solid Master Link, hello. We are going to my sister's tomorrow, and we will be eating food.
I have
Are you
made.
No, I'm going to my bro's friends.
We were talking about that yesterday, how we didn't invite you, and I was like, Christmas seems like a big deal, and Easter's just kind of like, and I was
Thanksgiving.
like, I don't think.
The only reason I do what I do, like visit my bro.
Oh,
on
you want to
Easter-
show? You want to show us? What'd you do?
That's what I
Well,
thought.
yeah,
this is what I
Let
do.
me show you some what I do, and that's just how I do it. Yeah, the only reason we do that is so we could tell our mom that we weren't alone on Easter. Like Easter's not really a big deal for anybody else. Christmas is the one that I care about, but my mom's always in town for that. So
Yes. So.
So, you or your brother, who hides the eggs?
And where?
the
I'm
eggs,
sorry.
the eggs are
The Easter bunny,
The eggs are
of course.
pre-hidden.
Well,
Luckily,
you
I'm
could-
not involved.
You could also hide them, like my aunt would hide them alongside the Easter Bunny, who already did them earlier.
I
that
mean,
day.
the Easter bunny never hid eggs with money in them around my house. You know.
He did it
Mine
at
too.
my grandparents' house. He did, yeah.
You son
But
of
it
a-
was
Actually-
there was one that had like a $20 bill, and the rest were like maybe a single or like a quarter or something. So oddly enough, you know who would always find that one? My grandfather would find the $20 one. More often than not,
He
it'd
would
be
keep
like,
it.
"Oh, you didn't find this one? It's in a gutter on the roof. You kids should have looked there."
Grandpa's going to get cigarettes.
This is gonna surprise you, Rami, but I didn't actually get eggs.
Eggs.
There were no eggs. There was a basket, and then
Oh, you're saying you don't mean now? You mean as a
Picnic
child?
basket.
yeah, and then there were gifts hidden instead of eggs.
Yeah, because it's your. Never mind. Because the Easter Bunny talked to your parents, and your parents were like, "No candy for our child, please."
That's right.
Yeah.
I was allowed one Cadbury cream egg and one thing of
No
Peeps.
wonder you liked them so much. Now I get it.
No wonder I'm a fat adult because my parents were insane
Well,
about
then-
food.
Okay.
Once you-
Counterpoint. What's my excuse then? My parents were not like that.
Well, we also have the same genetic lineage, which
That's
is surviving
what it is. I was
peasants.
just
so-
talking about
Oh,
this.
it's like parents who don't let their kids drink at all, and then when they get to college, they go crazy,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
No, I mean, that's like a thing. Like, parents with like restrictive, food stuff.
But
versus
yes,
not.
you're right. It's my genetics thing. I was just talking to
Yeah.
my family about this because my mom was
But you're-
informing me all
what?
about this.
Your weight?
How I have my mom's whole side of the family retains weight like none other, and I am obviously part of that. And I'm like, this is crazy because I'll like have one day where I just eat whatever I want, and I hold on to that weight for like a week. Seriously, like a week. It's nuts. And I found out that it is our heritage, and I saw another doctor talking about it, and I read an article about it. There's certain heritage where your body is like, we need to hang on to this because the cold winter's coming and our people go through this, and
Oh,
that's just what it is.
Your
Yeti.
your ancestors were bears.
Yes, exactly.
So this is why this
Speaking
is
of
my
cock,
that's my my threat, like at work.
Bears.
it's a term for gay men who are hairy. Bear.
Oh, I meant the animal.
I know you did.
Okay, just want to make sure we're on the same page
Yes,
because
I know. It's called
I think we are.
bringing it back. It's a
Way to
it's
bring
a
it
it's
back.
a it's a throwback joke.
Way to bring it back. It's
Sorry, Mom
really-
Brain, you were
well,
saying?
genetically speaking, it is a shame that we do not want children, because I think that we would produce children that live to be a million.
I've never been more sure of anything in my life. I do not want children.
Well, I agree with you on that front, but I think genetically,
And
I could sell my eggs.
sun's getting pretty low there, big guy. Your time's running out.
It is run out. It is that's it.
Maybe,
No, I
yeah,
think it
maybe
could
the
still
two of
happen.
you can test tube something up and give it to, and like have it adopted by, I don't know.
So
That's my threat at work
A
to my
callback.
boss. If
Solid
they put me in
Mescaline, thank you.
preschool,
Yes,
I'm
a
like, I will
callback.
get pregnant and then I will sell that child. So it'll be a tough pregnancy because I'm like 40 something, right? It'd be tough. Probably be on bed rest. Then you're out for maternity leave, and then I'm going to sell the baby because genetically speaking, it'd probably be worth a lot of money.
Oh yeah.
And then I don't have to go back to work.
Hi, Kalas. Good
That's
to
like
see
my
you.
I'm sorry.
plan.
Wait, that's if you get put what?
If I get put in a job I don't want, like preschool, I'm like, look, I'll get knocked up, and then
Not by me.
I'll be out, be done. We'd make a lot of money.
Look at the confusion on the man's
Can't
face.
you just say I'm gonna go get like we just had a conversation where you can get a job anywhere.
Yeah, I could, but I don't want to have to work
Not in
anymore.
today's what's the word?
No,
You
she's
know
got
what? They
skills.
need BCBAs in
Not in
Dubai,
today's
like
world.
hardcore.
This woman
Go
has
to Dubai.
skills.
Me too.
I agree 100%.
And
but
also-
just getting a job lickety split is not a thing you can
I
do
think I could.
nowadays.
In my field, I think I could.
I think you
Maybe.
could.
But you're the old gray mare. Ain't what you used to be.
I think I'm better.
Well, you might think that, but they want the younger people to throw around and pester and strong arm. You're not going to let them do that.
I'm impesterable.
That's right. Exactly. Wait, are Mom Brain and RMC Jean Grey and Cyclops? Well, they ended up.
Sorry.
Explain that to me.
Yeah, right. Well,
What an insult.
now
He's
okay.
cooler now.
Well, they had a kid, but
Did they sell it?
Did they?
I guess. Boy, that
Oh.
X-Men '97 people.
So awesome.
Watch it. It's a lot of fun and it's just really enjoyable.
Cyclops.
Skip the intro Disney Plus. I don't think. Well, maybe you do actually.
What? Oh yeah, I don't know why they have that there. I don't skip it.
That's right.
But I do. I do like the original theme song, the original version of the theme song better personally. But that's probably an old man thing.
Yeah. I never skip it on any Marvel anything, but I'm doubly so not skipping it. I'm watching it every time. I love it. The song, the just the whole thing. I love it.
I gotta
Plus the
skip it.
end credits I don't skip because Morph, like you said, is finally part of the team on there, which is long overdue. But great show. Yes, the intro is different every episode, Drake. You're right, because I noticed that this episode there's a scene of Gambit and Rogue kissing because she puts her hand over his mouth and kisses that, and I was like, that wasn't in there before. So I do like that.
Her
I do
gloved
like
her
that.
gloved hand.
Her gloved hand.
It's
Yes.
really precious.
Cyclops. When I listen to him, it's not the same voice actor, but
It's close.
it sounds to me like Jerry from Rick and Morty.
Oh, I didn't even notice. I haven't noticed.
For
that.
me, it sounds like him. and I'm just
I hear the voice in my head and it doesn't sound like Jerry, but
I
I'll
hear
listen.
voices in my
I'll
head.
listen.
I really
closer next
haven't
time.
been. I haven't been tripped up by any of the voices. Like I haven't thought twice really about.
who else is not an like
About
that's not
them.
an original because the original voice actor passed away. Or
Yes, Storm is an original. I
Uh,
don't think
Wolverine is.
I don't think Morph is.
I
but
think
could be
Gambit
wrong.
is.
Rogue, because
I don't know.
it could be a case of the person doing a really good impression but being slightly off, or Rogue's voice actor being older now. I don't know,
Yeah.
but it's good enough for me. Yeah, that show's killing it, man. I love that.
Hey
show.
guys, Droth's birthday was yesterday,
Mm.
and I had Taco Bell delivered to her house.
Did
And
she know it was coming?
no, which is the great part of her
Was
having
it 400
children.
chalupas?
Of her having children that are old enough to like have phones. I like have men on the inside. So I was like, hey, whatever.
Nice.
So she texted me last night and she
Ted
was
Division
like,
says you saint.
oh,
You a saint for sending your
Oh.
friend Taco Bell.
that's nice. she said, I got the Home Alone Lego house for my birthday. I'm gonna rot all week and play Legos. And I said, holy shovel, that's awesome.
Lego, thank
Yes.
you. Yes.
And
I still say.
so I sent her like her own order, and then I just sent like a box full of tacos for the boys. And she said, also, my kids won't stop farting. They said they ate too many tacos. So she's been building the Home Alone house.
One
and
fart for
huffing
each year
taco
mom's
farts.
been alive.
Yep. It's beautiful.
Is she a
That
Home
house is
Alone person
crazy.
and a Lego person?
So we've been talking about Lego, like, because I did all the flowers and stuff. She's like, I really should get into this. My kids have all these kits that they don't want to do, so I'm going to do them. They got her the Home Alone
Costco,
house.
Lego. They got
Yeah.
the what are those little succulent collection?
Oh,
Yeah,
the
like-
succulents.
For like
There's
a new
$37
set
bucks.
that
They got
I-
the roses for something. It's like 60 something bucks. Yeah, they got a couple of them
Yeah,
now.
they're nice.
Super Sencha says it's my wife's birthday. She's gone though. She has to work today and tomorrow.
Well, happy
Aw,
birthday.
boo.
I hope that you do something nice for her
Today
She's
and
gone
tomorrow.
though.
She's gone.
forever.
I don't know. She's gone though. She has work today and tomorrow. Maybe she is gone forever though. Who knows?
Sure, why not?
Well, happy birthday to her. We are going to a salad bar Monday. Mom
All
Brain's
right.
kind of date.
Why do you keep pushing salad bar on me? There is one salad bar that I like,
Taco Bell.
and it is
Not
the
Taco Bell.
Pizza
It's like this guy
Hut-
with trains.
Right, it's the Pizza Hut salad bar, and the only reason I did it ever was because it was nice to
For
have
science.
That's right. It's nice to have a little I didn't even make salad. I would do like dressing on the side and then like little things to dip in it while we waited.
Like lettuce nachos?
Yeah, kind of.
Dip it in a little ranch?
And every time we go somewhere, you make a
Little
thing about
iceberg.
salad bar, and I don't like salad bars.
I love how Deux figured it out instantly, and you have no idea. I take the train thing in stride, and I joke along with it.
That's
I
because
give-
you really love trains. We went past the train place yesterday.
And there was a
And-
twinkle in your eye.
Yeah.
You got quiet.
What
Yeah.
happened with
No.
the train place yesterday? Go ahead.
Mom Brain, didn't
They
you
still-
when you were younger, didn't you used to dress up and do
Right.
videos at a
Of
salad bar?
reviews?
You dress up
Is
like a
there
chef? Yeah.
VHS footage of me making salads at a salad bar?
None of you
No.
have ever seen that, so you don't know if it's true. And we haven't seen if
Oh,
Mom Brain
we
did that
know
as a
it's
kid,
true.
so we don't know.
I didn't. Okay. We have videos of
If
me
it wasn't true,
cheerleading.
why would you say that it happened? Like why would you tell us that it happened if it wasn't true?
She told you it happened. I told her in
Oh.
confidence.
Well, still. okay.
Mom Brain, you weren't allowed to eat candy when you're a kid, so salad bar seems like the thing to do.
Look. No. And I remember the first time my mom and dad came to take me out to eat, like after I moved into college, they were like, we're going to come up on a Saturday. We'll take you out to eat. And I was like, this is great. Like no dorm food. And they took me to a place that was a buffet. They didn't know it. And I was like, I just want someone to serve me. Because all colleges is like buffet, whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, I just wanted somebody to bring me a
So is
plate.
that why you don't want to go to Golden Corral?
No, I don't want to go to Golden Corral because I don't want to catch like encephalitis or
From
something.
the salad bar?
From everything. From the whole kit and caboodle.
I mean, I've never been. I would love to go once.
Wendy's, by the way.
Used to have a salad bar, you're right.
But it wasn't exactly a salad bar. It
Mom
was like
Brain.
a buffet.
Did they have a salad bar?
I don't
Really?
remember if it was.
Yeah, it was called a salad bar. Yeah.
I just remember getting as much buttered noodles as I wanted when I was with my grandma
That's
and my
what everybody
cousins.
gets at the salad bar. Buttered noodles.
They had like chili and they had tortillas
Hi, welcome to
and
Chili's.
I had no idea about
Yeah, my
this.
mom would love the Wendy's salad bar. We
Yeah.
would go there and that's what she would get, just the whatever, $5 for the salad bar, and you get whatever you want. That was it.
baked potatoes.
Right here, the old Wendy's that's close to us when they were not the redone building. That's where we used
My
to go.
grandma would take when my cousins came to visit because they ate like, an entire army. Both of them just ate and ate and ate. She would take us to like all these different buffets so they could just eat as much as they
It's a
wanted.
smart move.
And then she'd give us each a 20 and send us into the dollar store. Like our day
Ooh,
was
wow.
covered.
It's
was
like
great.
that Roy Rogers salad bar. Yes, Coboon, I remember that definitely. Roy Rogers was a place I went to with my grandma quite often. There were two places we went to all the time: Roy Rogers or Pizza Hut. And Roy Rogers, I have vivid memories of getting like their big thing of fries and sitting in a corner booth and like the totally brown and orange building, and it just great memories of my grandma.
So I looked into the chat and
My
Super
grandma was Roy
Sanchez
Rogers.
posted 2 photos of a salad bar at Texas to Brazil.
Mhm.
And I saw Roy Rogers salad bar and then saw those images
I
and I
did
was like,
too.
holy moly.
Wow.
Roy's really.
Roy's doing it up.
By the way, are you guys aware of a
Can you imagine?
chicken patty Big Mac coming to McDonald's?
Oh, I'm aware.
A big
But what am I more excited for?
patty mac.
I don't know.
They got a whole new lineup of things
the
coming in April.
The flurries. That's what is the
Yep,
flavor?
Biscoff
Biscoff.
cookies. Yep,
Biscoff cookie ice cream.
yep. McFlurries, Biscoff
R-
McFlurries.
Really?
Yeah.
That seems real fancy.
They got a couple Biscoff related things coming. That's one of them, and they also have like a caramel midnight pie or something. They're doing like a whole bunch of
So
new things.
the caramel, that caramel pie looks terrible.
I mean, it looks like
it's like I can't even. It's like a yellow goo on the inside, but when like they squeeze it, it's just like that's not
Ew.
food. That is not edible. Like
I
that's
can't
not.
control my goo.
Yeah.
Speaking of food, Rummy, you want to tell everybody about the food that you tried last weekend
if I knew what it was, I'd tell them.
at Sheets?
Oh, they're pretzels. Sheets pretzels were incredible.
Sheets soft pretzels.
They
Uh,
were amazing.
I remember they
are
had-
phenomenal. They are mind blowing. They were delicious. I'd eat them every day.
That was the first place I had gotten a sandwich on a pretzel roll, and it like blew my mind.
Oh, well, that was my first time going to Sheets, and I was impressed. Their mac and cheese was okay, but their pretzels were phenomenal. All right, let's talk about all the other things I want to talk about before we get to news. By the way, there's not much top stories this week, so that's why we're vamping more than usual. Yes, this week I had the pleasure, the honor, the privilege of doing an interview with WayForward all about my favorite topic, Shantae. We talked about how they're doing, how they're bringing back their long canceled Shantae Game Boy Advance game. They were working on it back in 2002, I think they said. And they could not find a publisher at the time, so they shelved it, and that was that. But here we are 20 plus years later, and they're making it happen. So it will be out on the actual Game Boy Advance. They're partnering with Limited Run Games to do a physical cartridge release of Shantae Advance Risky Revolution on the GBA. But if that's not your thing, it will be on modern platforms as well. So you'll be able to get a digital version on the Switch or whatever system.
If you're normal.
But wow. Sorry,
mean,
WayForward,
come
if
on,
you're
like-
listening.
Game Boy Advance. Like,
Listen,
They're building a game. The whole story is they had a Game Boy Advance game that they were making back in the day.
so you think this game's gonna sell better on the Game Boy Advance than digitally?
I didn't say that. No.
Well, then,
But there are
so why
some
is it so
people who might want
ridiculous
to.
for what for me saying for normal people?
I mean, because of what you said. What do you mean exactly? What do you mean because of normal people? You
Some-
mean because of people who want?
there are people who might want to.
Yeah.
Majority of people.
I would say the majority of people will probably go digital. You are correct.
But it's there. And
Sure, why
what
not?
limited run does it basically run off of pre-orders, I guess? So like
I don't know how that works. That's a great question.
I would assume because it takes months to get what you
Well,
want.
they would probably have like a certain production run that they have. Like, whoever they're working with is probably like, you got to order 10,000 or whatever. And, if they're doing GBA cartridges, it's probably easier that they're like, you're doing a 50,000 GBA cartridge
For
allotment, and 25,000 MLB Shantae and 25,000 MLB another GBA game or something like that. So yeah, but I don't know exactly how it works. I would love to interview them and find out, but somebody over there hates me.
Didn't you just?
They hated me for over a decade. I have no idea why. I never found out. I don't know what I did. I don't know what I said. I have no clue.
Hopefully, it's nothing I just said.
But I can't. They blocked me on Twitter a long
Sure,
time
why
ago. Only recently, in like the last year or so, somebody else on the PR team has been like emailing me, and I've been talking to them. But for years, it's bothered me. I have no idea what happened. I have no idea what they heard or what they saw or what they think, or like I've never said anything bad about them. I've never broken an
You're like
embargo.
their biggest fan. I'm
How long
trying to
ago?
get you to badmouth them.
Well, you're bad mouthing WayForward, so it's
How
working
long
the
ago?
other way. How long ago? What did
Did they
have an issue with
yeah.
me? I don't know how long Limited Run's been around, but it's well over 5 years that this has been a thing, and I only found out because I don't remember who it was. Somebody related to them on Twitter said something that was like, "Oh, that guy, blah 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 blah," and said something like really that I did something bad, and I was like, "What did I do?" And I reached out to them, and I was like, "I don't know what's going on. Like, could you?" I was like, "I honestly, I have no clue what this is in reference to. I don't understand what happened." And I got blocked, and they never talked to me, so I never found out. I honestly have no idea what it's about at all, ever, and it's always bothered me. But I tried to find out, and I'm not going to be like,
You can't elaborate on what their tweet was that made you think that led you to.
"Oh, it wasn't like me, like." Thinking maybe it was about me. It was very much like, "Oh, go Nintendo." I'm paraphrasing because it was so long ago, but it was like this outlet's garbage. I don't want to work with them. Something like that. I don't know what it was. Something along those lines, but it wasn't like the official Limited Run Games Twitter account. It was, I want to say, the person in charge of Limited Run Games at the time, their account.
And then you reached out to say, I don't know what this is in reference
Yeah,
to.
I
and then they
replied.
blocked you.
I replied on Twitter, being like, because I couldn't direct message them because they didn't follow me. I was like, I really don't know what this is about. I would love to talk to you about it because I'm completely in the dark and never heard anything. So I'm not gonna like harass them further through like work email and be like, hey, what's going on? Because clearly they didn't want to talk to me. But I really no clue. I've never had any bad blood or anything with them. I don't know what happened. I don't know. I got no clue at all. So I would love to ask them this stuff, but but
Hey,
I'm working with
internet.
their PR team now and they work with me. So I don't know if the person's not there or they forgot that they don't like me or I don't know. So I don't know.
They had blocked you in their email and then forgot to unblock you. And
And then the other thing is, obviously, I'm not going to let any personal arguments or anything like that prevent me from reporting what they're doing. Like, ever since that happened, I've told everybody about everything they're doing. And, I don't have any ill will towards them or anything. I keep people informed of what's going on. I'm spreading the word on what they're doing. I'd love to talk to them more about it because it's it's right up my alley. Like, I love this kind of stuff. I'd love that there's a company that's doing NES and Game Boy Advance and Game Boy cartridges.
I think they
and,
do
like,
really great packages. My only gripe was not even necessarily with them. I guess it's just that like they don't really have access to these games ahead of time, I guess, so that like some of these packages that they do come out really late. You know what I mean? Like, but that's also like you're paying for like the special package.
Well,
So like the
yeah.
whole Shredder's Revenge thing, I didn't get the game until everyone was done playing it.
Well, I think the approach is more you are buying that as a collector and you are either expecting the wait or you're getting digital already.
They're very open with it about how
Yeah.
long the wait is.
They have a production blog that they update every month or something to let everybody know this is where this is at in its production run and this is when you can expect it. Yeah, it's all very transparent, but it is a long wait, definitely. There's been times where people wait over a year, but it's on one side of the argument that sucks. On the other side, it's not like they don't tell you, but yes, it does suck. If you're looking to play something and you don't want to double dip, then it sucks.
Mhm.
But that's what I'd love to ask them. I'd be like, have any game developers been like, hey, let's do a deal where like people buy it through you, but they also get a digital code, like, and we can get them the digital code right away. Because on Kickstarter, that'll happen. There's Kickstarters where you're getting a physical package, but you get a digital code the day the game launches. So I'm sure
Right.
Limited Run Games could do something like that. I don't know. Have to be worked out because what's the percentage of people that would pay for a pre-order of a physical game from Limited Run Games, get the digital, play that, and then cancel? I'm sure there are some people, but I can't imagine it would be a big
Oh
percentage.
no, a lot of people would if that,
I don't know if
that
they
was,
would
if
let
that was
you-
possible.
They probably wouldn't let you
They
because
could do it that way.
you know,
could they cut you off if you did? No, right?
well,
What do you mean?
Like if you got a download code, downloaded the game, and then canceled the pre-order, there's no way to like.
I guess if it's on your
Remote.
system and you're not on the internet, there's nothing they could do about it.
Like, yeah, I mean, like, you're not gonna.
They could PT you.
They're not. I mean, you're still paying. Like, you're not gonna get your money back or anything like that. It's just you won't get your physical order.
Right.
Be like a chargeback or something like that, and they're not
and they
going to
won't
process
pay-
it.
yeah.
For
they
the turtle for the Turtles game, that you were talking about. I ordered that bundle as well, and then when I found out it was going to be like a long time before I got the game, I asked for a refund and to cancel my order, and apparently they were doing me a favor by doing that, because in the small print you weren't, like, it was kind of all sales final thing. So they made an exception for me, which was nice of them. But maybe in a situation where there's a digital game involved, maybe they say no. I don't know.
That's probably, I'm guessing just through this conversation, we figured out why they do what they do, because of these situations. It's a whole bunch of stuff they just don't want to get into, because then you're going to have people trying to do chargebacks and cancel and all that stuff and game the system. So that's probably why they do it. But why it takes that long, I don't know. I'm sure, there's no reason for them to lie or make things take longer than they do. It's just whatever their production setup is. This is how long things take, and they have so many games that they're doing physically. Like, they do a lot. So I guess this is just how the way.
It's not like,
pan out.
when you order like a t-shirt, it's just, it has to get printed. Like,
Yeah.
they're making all of these other elements and like having
Yeah.
them manufactured, and then probably manufactured from different places, and then all like brought together and then packaged.
That's a good point too. I'm sure if you're getting like the standard version of if they're only doing a standard release or something, like, they'll do physical game releases that are just the box, the game card, and that's it. So those probably come much quicker. But if you're going for the $150 Ninja Turtle thing, yeah, you're right. They're working with a lot of different pieces that all have to come together. So their hands are probably tied in a lot of ways. But anyway, yes, Shantae Advance, if you want a physical version, there are, I believe, 2 available. There's your standard physical release. That's just a box and a cartridge, although the cartridge is purple for Shantae. And then there's the collector's edition, which has a whole bunch of extra goodies stored in there. But I did not talk to Limited Run. I talked to WayForward for what ended up being our biggest interview in the site's history. We got to talk.
Like longest or like
longest, yes, longest. And
So-
some of the
so
questions
remember,
were cut.
you got to interview Miyamoto. Don't tell him this was your biggest one.
Well, that wasn't biggest in any way, shape, or form. It was they gave me 5 minutes with the guy. So.
No, but biggest is in name.
5 minutes in heaven,
That's why I said it wasn't the biggest in any way. I mean, I've talked to
or was it the
Reggie.
biggest 5
He's
minutes
big,
in heaven?
and I talked to him for longer. So, but I get what you're saying. But
Real
anyway,
long
at WayForward, I
real
talked
hard.
to WayForward's one of WayForward's founders, Matt Bozon, and he's also a co-creator of Shantae with his wife, Erin. And then I also talked to one of their programmers, Michael Stragi, about what it's like continuing to make a GBA game decades after the GBA has been dead, and all kinds of interesting stuff, like what it was like to revive the game, how much of the game is being built now versus what was done back in the day, how their development setup now impacts how they make GBA games today, because obviously technology has advanced and they've learned new things and can do things in different ways and better ways, and how they can push the system now in ways that they couldn't even fathom back then. Like, that's how all this works. The music, the fact that they get to do a physical release, a whole bunch of stuff. So nice long interview with them. Thanks again to the guys at WayForward for doing that. It's always an honor to work with them. Very happy to, and come on, Shantae is one of my favorite topics. So of course I was excited to talk about this. So thank you to them.
Not
They're
gonna
always
lie, I'm sweating a little
they've been a
bit.
good friend of GoNintendo for a long time. We just a couple months ago did an interview with them about Contra, which you can go check out if you're interested. But go check out that interview. I'm very proud of it. It was very detailed. There were certain questions that weren't allowed to be answered, but I tried, people. I tried. So thanks to them. Exciting stuff.
like
Shantae,
what?
no release
Ooh.
date yet. Pre-orders are open for the physical version until April 7th. So you got like a week left to get your physical pre-orders in. We don't know the digital release date yet.
Quickly,
It'll
all
be
you
this year.
normal folks out there who want that physical version, I said hey, they're normal now. Physical people with GBAs, you have until August. What was it? April 7th, folks. I'm speaking to the majority of people, because it's the majority of people out there who have the GBA and are going to buy that version.
I wonder
Honestly,
if
I
you
wanna
ever
say-
stopped to think about how you just got a physical GBA cartridge from a listener of the podcast, and you're like, maybe I shouldn't say.
And
this
what
stuff.
what am I saying? I'm saying you have until April 7th to get the game. I'm going to go out there and get it, and I'm not even a Shantae fan.
GBA.
Is that true?
I don't have a GBA.
You know, I probably won't. Only because I'm not a Shantae fan. But if I was a Shantae fan, I'd go GBA version over the digital. So I'm one of the normal folks out there like you guys. I know I'm being sarcastic, but no, seriously, I take it all back. You guys are great, and it's you that are keeping us in the video game industry.
Here's the other thing too. This is really funny to me because you a few months ago were like, I'm gonna go all physical because I'm tired of this digital stuff, and now you're like, these normies going physical GBA. Come on.
I just look. I'm totally wrong on this, and I'm backtracking now. So I want to backtrack and let everyone know that I think it's fine to get the GBA. In fact, it's very cool. It just seems strange. It just seems like, are they really going to do a lot of business with that? I hope so, but it just seems like.
I mean, limited run games, their whole they only exist because they do physical games. So yes, that's where that's their business. They don't do digital games.
So I'm glad that they're doing it. Great. Hope it sells out. I'm sure it will.
Like look at it wasn't limited run games. There was another company, another boutique retailer that does physical launches. They did the physical launch for. Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. Oh, and I liked it. I want to say it's about the guy and the girl with the white hair, and she's got a frying pan, and they got a little gun, and it's like Zelda top down, and it's somebody in the chat will remember. But I believe it was I Am 8-Bit did a physical run of that game, and their physical run of that game sold out twice over. They had to do 3 runs to get everybody's.
Is there a part of this game that deals with beach volleyball, or is that just like a risque poster of Shantae? And
clearly someone doesn't know their Shantae history. There's always been like some sort of like sports related artwork that they do for each Shantae game. There's some kind of like pinup, like you say, for lack of a better term. Yes.
You sure you don't want the physical copy?
No, I'm not sure. I definitely want it now. Look at that.
What is the name of that game? I want to say it starts with an Eastward. It's Eastward. Eastward was the game. Yes. They did 2 physical printings of that and sold out on each. So yes.
But for what system is Eastward on?
It was Switch. I don't know what other platform.
So this is.
Well, I was using like a.
I'm totally wrong. I'm totally wrong with my snark earlier, but like you have to admit that the Switch is a little more current than the Game Boy Advance.
No, I agree.
That's the only point I'm trying to make.
Their physical cartridges and CDs are like, there's almost everything they've done is sold out. Like I like these physical runs to a degree. Like, don't get me wrong, they're not making like 6 million physical copies, but whatever runs they make sell out and they're done. Like they're pretty much everything in their library has either sold out or is about to sell out. So probably for the same thing that you're saying, people don't want to go digital because they're like, I can't depend on it. It will always be there. If I have physical, then I always have it. Plus, a lot of these people, the franchises that they're going after are near and dear to their hearts. So they're like, I want to physically own this.
That's another thing. Is like these are all specially curated titles for this. They're not doing Dog Island physicals or whatever. I mean, that's a bad example, but like Shantae is a beloved. Like it's not the biggest franchise ever, but the people who like it love it.
I'd say like limited runs output of physical games is probably 60 beloved and 40 like, here's a game that's coming out digitally, but you also have a physical option. There are games that like people will buy physically because they want to get it physically, but it'll be something brand new or a franchise that's not really all that well known. They just want to do physical because digital is so volatile because you don't know if and when you're going to lose access to it. So the whole physical thing, while it's better as a collector, obviously, because then you physically have something, there are plenty of concerns and worries nowadays that people's digital games are just going to up and vanish. So, but yeah, there's Red Art games, there's Pix and Love, there's limited run games, there's I Am 8-Bit, there's I'm blanking on others, but there's like, I'm going to say at least 10 boutique retailers that do physical games right now. And it's really cool to see because these games wouldn't exist physically without these companies, and the publishers aren't going to spend the money on it, or sometimes the developers are indie developers and they don't have the money to spend on physical runs, and partners like Limited Run Games come in, and Pixel Heart and Fangamer, yes, thank you, there's 2 more. They come in to make these things possible because they know there's physical fans out there and people who want to collect physical games. And while publishers may want that to disappear for their overhead, there are fans out there who want to stay physical. Strictly limited. Thank you, Solid Master Link. You're rattling them all off. Yeah, there's plenty of them out there. So yes, until April 7th, you have your pre-orders on that. And we don't have a release date for the digital version, but it will be this year. And I am very much looking forward to it. What else have we got? Quince, who covers the site on Saturday, up until an hour ago, he attended for us the Princess Peach Showtime launch event at Nintendo NY.
Oh.
And yes, Princess Peach was actually there.
Did they have her shoes?
Oh,
I don't get it.
Like
The Super Mario movie. You were there, man. You were there. It was a big event, and all they did was
so
go.
many people
Look at
would have
his shoe.
killed to walk a
Unbelievable.
mile in those shoes, and you were there,
Whatever.
and you don't even remember.
We all
Unbelievable.
remembered. We all remembered.
You did
Unbelievable.
remember. You
I
did
was there
remember.
Was
with
it too
you.
inside baseball for you, Mr. Nintendo News website guy, who was there?
Sorry.
I mean, I'm
I'm
going to
done.
be honest.
I'm done.
I
We're
missed,
finished.
I missed the mark on this one.
Goodbye, everybody.
Also, I was thinking of the game. I wasn't thinking of the Mario movie. I'm sorry. I take it.
He was probably like right in front of those Mario movie shoes, and he was on his phone ordering a physical edition of a Game Boy Advance Shantae. Probably is what he was doing.
These poor people keep getting raked over the coals. Mom, Brain,
What do
you
you
wanna,
raked over the coals. They're selling out every game. You just said it.
I'm talking about by you. You know what you're doing, and you're.
Oh, like me, this unemployed weirdo who hangs out on this podcast
doesn't
because
matter.
his friends with the guy who runs it,
It doesn't matter.
as a pity friend.
People take what you say to heart.
Well, they should.
What if they said, we have, never mind, dumb.
No, let's do it.
That was a joke, man.
We fit all of
Plus.
Final Fantasy VII, the original game, on a Super Nintendo cartridge, and we're selling that.
That's the.
But I've seen
That's the
everything.
epitome of what he wouldn't want.
Okay.
Old graphics and worse
But
sound
it's
than
the
the
original
PlayStation.
game.
He doesn't. No, he
it's
wouldn't
not-
want that at
it's a
all.
downgrade. Okay. So
Right?
that's why I said.
I don't want.
That's why I was stopping myself, because I know it was PlayStation.
If they announced a Final
and
Fantasy VII
it would
demake,
be a
you
downgrade.
would not want anything to do with it.
But you told me.
Well, the demake would be like going back to like a Final Fantasy 1 roots, like graphics like that.
Or
You
Super
mean by a
Nintendo,
demake?
but yes, still
Or something like that?
16-bit. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not what I would have wanted. No, I would have wanted the exact same thing, except, which sounds so stupid. The exact same thing, just kind of like scaled up and like.
Listen,
We'll be talking a lot about Final Fantasy VII later.
I understand it. I understand.
I understand.
The
I understand.
the game was originally supposed to come out on the GBA. It never did. Now
Wow,
they're
this is
now
becoming new podcast lore.
they have. What do you mean?
Oh, you're talking about Shantae. I thought you were making
Yeah.
a joke about Final Fantasy
no,
VII.
Shantae. They, they have an opportunity to put it out the way they initially wanted to, but it's also available for other people. However they want it.
Yeah.
Well, not however they want it, digitally.
I mean, you're getting more options than you would any
But-
from.
But the whole thing is that like this was supposed to be, I like the option.
Not supposed to be like it was. It was a GBA game.
Right, and it was supposed to come out for the GBA.
Yes, but no publishers picked it up.
But yeah, so like,
I
I think it's great for people who want it, and if they don't want it, they don't have to get it. Like it's not like the only way this is coming, because some game I feel like recently came out where it was like this is only coming out on an NES cartridge
there is something
recently,
yes,
but it was
you
like
are
this is
right.
like the last game made for the Nintendo Entertainment
Yeah.
System, and it's only available for that. They're not doing that. It's just if you want it this way, if you have a GBA and it still works, God
Yeah.
bless you. Because
God
guess
bless.
what? I have
Well-
a regular Game Boy, and that battery acid
Again,
effed me up.
that's not the case either, because there's so many like.
What's not the case? I'm just saying it's available for people who want.
Yeah, but you can play it physically on like your analog
Oh.
pocket and your Retron 5 or any other system out there that plays GBA games. Like,
I thought we
Works
don't
on all of
like
them.
people who use those.
no, you said
devices.
that. No,
you don't
this
like.
was-
You care. You don't care.
I own them.
I know, and I thought that was a conversation that we've had in the
We've
past.
had this twice. Yeah, it's
because it uses emulator to make them run.
It's yes,
If
that
you-
uses an emulator. That is correct. There's nothing wrong with emulators. Emulators are 100% fine.
If you own the original system,
Right.
right?
No, if you own the original cartridge, that's all you need. You spent the money on the cartridge. That's it. like emulation of it's software emulation of a piece of
I
hardware,
thought the
which is
last time we
100%
said it was
legal.
like Retron 5. You were
So
like, it's fine, but I'm not using that. So you yourself are not going to ever use that.
No, I
again.
don't know. I own it.
I know.
Why
and
would I say
remember
that? I
asking you
have
that.
it. I use it. It's more convenient to do that. The emulation will not be exactly as the original system will be. The analog people say theirs is as good as the original. I don't know if that's the
All right.
case. I've never played
Hey,
one.
if you have a system that you want to play this on and you like playing them on that system, go for it.
Yeah,
If not, you have a digital option.
The argument with emulation is like emulators are
I'm sorry.
completely
Wait,
fine.
is it coming out Switch physical as well?
No.
Just Switch digital.
Every modern platform digital, yes.
Okay.
And now they have done things in the
Also,
past where
if you
later on
want-
you get a physical.
If you want a spicy poster of, excuse me, because I don't remember all their names, but Shantae, Roddy Tops, and the other one. Who's the other one? The blonde with the she's
The
got-
bird girl, yeah, I
Yeah.
don't remember her name.
Nobody remembers her name.
I'm bad with names in general. Nicky?
What a hole.
Then you're going to want to go ahead and buy one of these packages too. And then maybe you'll go and spend the money on a system to play it.
I look forward to WayForward ending our relationship after this conversation.
Why?
It's been all over the place. No, I'm fine. Whatever.
I support it.
don't-
I'm happy for it because it gives people
Hey,
an
hey,
option to
hey,
do what
hey,
they want.
hey, it was a joke. It was a joke.
This whole podcast is a joke.
Tell me about it. Yeah, I first things first, I don't base my coverage on extending relationships, and I've lost many of them as proof of that. But there was
Hey.
something I was going to say about. Oh yeah, I was just going to let me just explain the situation for this game in particular before we move on to the next thing.
Thought we moved on.
we
already.
did.
I brought it.
Princess Peach's shoes. Anyway, Quince went
Oh.
to the Nintendo NY event, the launch event, and he got into they had like a press thing there before they opened up to the public. And he got to take all kind of pictures and got a goodie bag with extra stuff. And he met Princess Peach, and he wrote he wrote a feature about it. You can go read the feature and see all of his pictures. And there's that.
I'm gonna have to.
Thank you to Quince for going to that for me. I
Was
appreciate
there
it.
any cake at the event?
Oh, I don't know. You'll have to read the article to find out.
Ooh.
But yeah, it looked like they really did up Nintendo NY for this launch, which is cool to see. And the game is #1 on the eShop right now, so people are buying. Good for you, people. So with Shantae, I just want to say this. Shantae, so the original Shantae game for the Game Boy Color came out late in the system's life. WayForward was trying to find a publisher for the game, and it was very hard to find a publisher because back in the day, you're only doing physical. Publishers are wary, and they wanted sequels. Shantae was brand new. No publisher was like, I don't know, it's late in the day on the Game Boy Color, and this is a brand new IP, and it stars a girl. Like, who's going to want this thing? Eventually, Capcom was like, all right, we'll do it. I don't know the exact numbers. I heard it was a very small physical run for the game. And Capcom also sat on it for a very long time before they released it. So by the time it came out, the Game Boy Advance was
It
already
was
out.
very warm.
So
no, sorry.
people were about the Game Boy Advance and they didn't want to play the Game Boy Color. So poor Shantae never really got a chance. It reviewed really well. But people were focused on the GBA. Then they were like, we're going to do a sequel for the Game Boy Advance, Shantae Advance. They started to do development. They put together like a vertical slice, which means they put together a demo to take the publishers to be like, here's what the game's going to be like. No publishers would take it because they're like, no, nobody knows what this
This is
franchise
going to be
is.
on an old system. This is
No, that was
years
new
ago.
at the time.
Okay, never mind.
Modern.
Sorry,
That was in the day of the GBA.
unbelievable. They're
And-
like, this is going to be gangbusters in 15 years. Keep the
Whatever.
Game Boys around. Keep all the Game Boys around if you can.
I'm done. Read the interview.
No, I'm sorry.
No, I'm
really
done. I'm not doing it anymore.
I was just teasing. I'm really sorry.
The only other thing is there's something coming up that I can't talk about, but I will tease it.
Little tote bag.
There you go.
Precious.
Talking about Princess Peach Showtime tote bag that Quince got.
Showtime. Kung Fu Tea.
Oh yes, Nintendo and
Um,
Kung Fu Tea are doing a collaboration for Princess Peach Showtime. If you go to Kung Fu Tea locations, you can try 3 drinks that are flavored after things that Peach
tote
likes or
bag.
inspired by Princess Peach's universe. I don't know.
See, this is a good
There's
thing.
a,
I
there's a
don't
Kung
go to
Fu
these
Tea by
events.
you, right?
Yeah, there actually is.
There's not a
Why
ton of
would
them,
be
but
surprised, but yeah, there
they're,
is.
they're around. And Nintendo's done collaborations with them before. Nintendo loves
Oh,
doing
yeah?
collaborations with Kung Fu Tea and Cold Stone Creamery. They go to those two all the time. But anyway, there's something. Please, you know this, so please don't say what it is because I'm not allowed to say it yet. But we have something coming up for a game that we're going to be attached to the marketing for, and I'm very excited about it.
Oh yeah, the
I know what you mean.
Yeah, not
So
not unless Deux or I have anything to
Yeah,
do
maybe
about
we'll
it.
skip the podcast that week.
well, no, but when we talk about it on the show, then it will be allowed. But now,
Oh my
I'm
gosh,
very
where do
excited
they
about
hide
it.
all this stuff?
It's I'm gonna say it's as big gets. So I'm very excited. Mom Brain will attest to when I read the email that it was happening. I got teary-eyed and I had trouble speaking, so I was very excited.
Are we
I'll
gonna
share
be?
this with you as soon as it is live. It is officially happening.
Can we
so it's
guess?
very exciting. Guess all you want. I'm not saying anything.
We're gonna be.
It's not Shantae. I'll tell you that much.
We're gonna be. We're gonna be the first ones to play the Switch 2 live on the
No,
podcast.
I already said it's marketing materials for a game.
We're gonna be selling the Switch 2. Big giveaway. I don't
For
know.
a game.
The Switch 2 is going to be a game that plays
There
on
it
the
is.
Switch
That's
1.
a big secret. Switch 2 is a game for Switch 1, man. That would be an
Wow.
announcement. Here's Switch 2, everybody. Only available for Switch 1. So yeah, that should be, I'm guessing it'll be this week.
That should boost sales
This coming week it should be.
this
So
coming week.
I'll share it with you.
Oh,
It should be. I don't know the date
might not be
officially,
here
but
next
based
week.
on how this worked, well, I can text. You're my friend in real life. I can text it to you. I can tell you after the show.
wow, isn't that nice? You're friends in
I'm a
real
friend.
life.
Mm.
Precious.
I'm a friend. Since second grade. Since second grade. When,
That's wrong.
Since third grade?
Wrong.
Try one more time.
When did you get here?
I got here in second, but we didn't know each other till fourth.
Just because we didn't know each other doesn't mean I wasn't watching you from afar. Like when we were playing, it wasn't dodgeball. What was it? We were in
You
school
were watching me
outside.
from afar.
I was on the goal line.
Without
We
you
were
knowing.
playing at recess. You were in front of me and you did something funny. I don't remember what it is, but I vividly remember thinking, that guy's pretty funny.
You still got
And then we became friends. True story. I remember today so well. I had my hands in my pockets because I was upset about being goalie. And I'm like, I don't even like
'Cause you
sports.
were-
And they gave me the thing that is the least thing to do. And I'm still upset. And I was keeping my hands in my pockets. I saw you and you were somebody was doing something on the playground to the right of us. You were
I'm not
goofing
gonna
around. I
remember.
don't remember what it was,
I'm not
but
gonna
I
remember.
remember seeing that. And I was like, that guy is pretty funny.
And if back then it was something funny, it was just plain old awkward.
It's probably the same thing it would be now. So
Yeah,
a fart
it's
joke,
just
and I'd still
awkward.
just laugh as much.
But
But yes, I vividly
Huh.
remember that. I even remember like the jacket I was wearing. I don't know why that. It's because it was the beginning of our friendship. At least in my mind, it was. But it sticks out in my mind that one
well,
moment.
for
You know
anyone
what other moment for
listening,
the
anybody
playgrounds?
listening, if you have a friend that you actually haven't met yet, go and introduce yourself and become friends.
If you have a friend that you haven't met yet, wow.
Well, that's
Well,
kind
it
of what
was-
this sounds
He was
like.
a friend in my head, and we
Oh, I see.
had met, but we weren't talking.
I just don't remember. Those
Other
years.
thing from the playground, I remember one girl riding another girl piggyback, and she fell backwards, and the girl that was riding on her shoulders cracked her back on the edge of the sandbox,
God.
and was like hit the ground and was like dying, and I was like, oh my god, she's gonna die, she's dead.
Wow.
The teacher
It's a good
ran over
thing.
and the teacher was like, you just got the wind knocked out of you, and she's like, it was the most horrifying thing
That's
I've
such a
ever
teacher
seen.
thing to do. Meanwhile, inside the teacher's panicking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
like
But outward-
hopefully that's
It's
it.
a good
Yeah,
thing.
'cause you're like, I don't want to deal with this.
It's a good thing that was like before any of us saw Total Recall or something. Otherwise, we would have just laughed.
Give
and been
this
like,
girl air.
Oh yeah.
Give these kiddies air.
like
Hi, Zeke
wiggling
Mudo.
on the ground, trying to breathe. It's like, oh,
Hi, Roth. Hi, Anastasia Beaverhazen. Thanks for joining us. Yes, so look forward to that. Then we have our Patreon topics, Mom Brain. Did you know that you could join the GoNintendo Patreon
For $1.
for $1? Here's what I talked about on Patreon this week. Here's a big, lovely surprise that I had no idea about, and no one's talking about it. Why? Well, I could be mean, but I won't be. I will say I haven't seen this talked about by any mainstream outlets because they don't care, I think. And they figure their audience doesn't care, which is probably true.
do you care, Josh?
Shut up. I don't care.
Okay.
Dragon's Dogma 2 is out. I bought Dragon's Dogma
Hell
2.
yeah.
I heard you talking about this last week.
It has motion controls. It has gyroscopic aiming. I was in the menu looking for something else, and I was like, motion
That
controls
surprises you? Is that strange?
on a PS5. What PS5 games have motion controls? Who gives a crap about motion controls on PS5? No one.
No.
Have you played anything with motion controls on PS5 outside of Astro's Playroom?
I
or
mean, I
whatever?
don't. That's your thing. That's.
And
Yeah.
and isn't
Well,
that-
you say it like, does that surprise me? So it doesn't
I thought-
surprise you.
that's another thing you were talking
I just
about.
thought
last
it
week.
was like a feature in games now. Obviously,
Oh.
I didn't know.
On
that.
Switch, yeah. On other platforms, no. Nobody gives a crap at all. That's very rare. But Capcom added gyroscopic aiming in Dragon's Dogma 2, and I'm playing as an archer. So I was like, this is perfect. So I turned it on, and it's great because did you not use gyroscopic aiming in Tears of the Kingdom?
It doesn't work for me. I mean, it works. I know how it works, but
Yeah.
I prefer the traditional. I'm just better traditionally.
So yeah, if I have the option for gyroscopic aiming in any game, I definitely do that. I use the joystick for big sweeping movements of the camera, and then the gyroscopic aiming for fine tuning. And that's how you use it in Dragon's Dogma, and it's beautiful. I was so shocked that it's in there, and I went searching out for outlets talking about it. I found one that mentioned it was an option, and I found no one talking about using it. So I'm not surprised, but again, I'm surprised that it's in there. But Capcom, we know, has an affinity for motion controls because of their work on the Wii and our favorite version of Resident Evil 4, the Wii version with reticle aiming, not really motion controls, but still IR pointing. So Capcom, I guess someone on the team was like, hey, it's in there. We could do this. It won't be like a big taxing project to take on. So it's in there. And even with adjustable sensitivity too. So good on Capcom for that. I talked about that, my experience with it, and how happy I am that it's there. Yes, Nicky Hill, you look like you had something to say.
Yeah. Well, I said you were talking about that on that was something that you missed or something, right? You were talking about that last week. It was a question, I think, about like the motion controls and stuff, and that Nintendo doesn't even use it.
Yes, it's funny that
Anymore.
that's what I said, because I wrote that Patreon post literally the day before I found out Dragon's Dogma had motion
Yeah.
controls. I was like, I was just talking about this.
Anything else you want to manifest?
Yeah, right. I also talked about how many. I asked people on Patreon how many.
By the way,
games
congratulations to whoever won that like $1.5 billion.
Guy in Edison.
But,
I think?
Yeah, I heard it was New Jersey.
But yeah, but it wasn't me. So
Guy in Edison, I believe. One guy won it all, and he took the cash option, so that's like 550 million or something like that. Good for him. I also talked about how many games we're all juggling, because I would imagine, like me, most other people are playing multiple games at once. So we all commiserated about the games we're all trying to play at the same time. And I also talked about my entertainment backlog. I pulled the trigger and I shared my shame, and I put my whole entertainment backlog on Patreon. So you can see everything I'm looking to watch, play, read. It's all there. So because we've talked recently about backlogs and how they just keep growing and the shame that's associated with it and all that stuff. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna aim to be part of the solution rather than part of the problem. So I like I said, I showed my shame and put it out there, and we were all talking about the things that are on there and things that people saw that they want to try, and people who are like, you should put this on there too. So now it's just growing bigger, but it's out there in the open. I talked about Open Roads. I did a review of Open Roads this week. That was one of the games I said last week I was playing that I couldn't talk about. I'll talk about it later today.
Yeah, I read that. Nice review.
Thank you. But I did an extended thoughts on Patreon about one aspect in particular. I'll save that for later in today's show. I talked about a game called FFVII, which FFVII, FELVIDEK. Did not know it existed. YouTube's algorithm was like, hey, check out FFVII. And I just saw the thumbnail. It just recommended it to me. I was like, that looks interesting. Clicked it. I was like, oh, this is really up my alley. And I saw that the trailer was from like 3 months ago. I'm like, why is it showing this to me now? I don't know how YouTube's algorithm knew this, but it showed me FFVII the day before the game came out. And it, like I said, it showed me a trailer from 3 months ago. So I don't know what's going on with the algorithm, but it knew to show it to me. It's a traditional style.
I'm sorry. How do you spell that again?
FELVIDEK. It's on Steam.
Oh.
Its graphics are like it's like PS1 era cutscenes matched with somebody on Patreon nailed it. They said Grim Fandango style, which is very true. What's no?
I don't know where, but if you pre-order it, you get a cassette tape of the soundtrack. Don't mention it. Don't mention it.
No physical talk. No physical talk. Cassette sales were up like something like 800% or something over the previous year. Well, look at vinyl. Vinyl's number one by a lot. So
No, hey, cassette tapes are making a comeback.
they definitely are. Yeah, 100% they are.
We got to get, more number 2 pencils to rewind them and fix all the tapes.
Vinyl is selling more now than when vinyl was the main format. Like people are about vinyl now. So, but cassettes, cassettes as a limited run games has done multiple cassettes as a pre-order for soundtracks on a few different games. But anyway, FFVII Deck. It's a traditional style RPG with that PS1 Grim Fandango style visuals, top-down gameplay, and then when you go to RPGs, like when you go into the battles, it's old school, so you see the enemies and you're in like first person, but it's all menu based, and it looks horror style and weird, and it's got a whole aesthetic going for it. It looks so damn awesome to me, and I found out about it the day it was supposed to come out, or the day before it was supposed to come out. I haven't checked if it's out yet, but that was the date on Steam. But there's a free demo too, so I have the demo downloaded. I haven't played it yet, but man, am I excited! Go to YouTube and type in FFVII Deck, FELVIDEK, and see
9
what
out
you
of
think.
10 on. I don't know.
Yeah, I
don't know where that rating is, but it's 9 out of 10.
I haven't seen any reviews because the game wasn't out when I went to look, but it is live on Steam. Yeah,
either Steam or Google. It's 9 out of 10 with 53 reviews.
There you go. So not a lot of people know about this game, but the trailer really did it for me. And then the last thing I talked about was I asked people out there about their favorite visual novels or narrative adventures, because I played Open Roads, which certainly falls into that area. And I was like, I'm in the visual novel kind of mood, right? I'm always in the visual novel mood, but I was like, let's see what you guys are into. And I haven't read your replies yet, but I'll be going in to do that tonight. So there you go. That's what we talked about on Patreon.
Sorry, did you go back to another code or whatever it's called?
Not yet, no, because I don't want to play the first game again, and it's just such a roadblock, a mental block right now that it's killing me.
How about you just like pay due to just play through the first one, that you can just go right into the second one?
Through both of them.
I know, but would you pay?
the bigger
Would you
fan
play
at
it
this
again if he
point.
paid you? Come on over.
Well,
I'll pay you money.
I mean, first of all, I wouldn't take his money. But second of all, I've got a save game at the start of the second game. I could bring my Switch over to you,
Done.
But I mean, obviously, you wouldn't do that. So
He knows me well.
Why wouldn't you though? I mean,
'Cause
you don't
I-
want to play the first one. He gives you an opportunity to not play the first one.
Because you know why? Because it's a me
because
thing.
that's not
But
the
it
way.
also,
That's
like, it
not the
doesn't-
way the game is, man.
But it doesn't.
I'm not
affect-
doing it.
It doesn't affect the
I'm not
gameplay of the second one, right?
You
Like, the
don't
way
try
you
and
play
understand it, because I don't understand.
Yeah,
I'm
don't
just
try
telling you
to-
the way
don't
it
try
is.
to figure him out.
You're not going to come to an answer that makes a conclusion. I'm just telling you that in my mind, that's not the way for me to do it.
Yeah.
But other people, I would say go right ahead. But for me, I would feel like a shell of a man. Feel like a sham. Yes,
Less
that's
shameful.
more shameful.
Yes.
Less shameful, more sham wow.
So, talk about shameful. Vince is shameful. So there you go. That's Patreon stuff this week. Like I said, we don't have much in the way of top stories this week,
It's okay because we're already like an hour in. Right?
but that's how the show's been going lately. We're gonna get. You say it like it's a bad thing. Is it a bad thing?
It's terrible.
Okay.
It's not terrible. Get
it's
out of
terrible.
here.
Let's do the top stories of the week, Mom.
Do
Brain, give me that jingle.
Bing bang da bum bang ba dim ba dim bang bang da bum bang bing. Was there an echo in here?
Final boss. That's the final boss. WrestleMania 1 week away, people. Rock is dropping F-bombs on SmackDown like they're going out of style.
Finally.
That's it. Yeah, that's true. We had the story about a police officer. This is crazy. There's this police officer to protect and serve, unless he's playing the Switch.
Oh.
Over in Japan at the Tenri police station, it was found out that one of the police officers was playing the Switch while on duty. He played it on 10 different occasions, adding up for 17 hours worth of gameplay during his.
What game was he playing?
We don't know.
Ah,
We
that's
don't
who
know.
did this news story. Like, who got this news? you
Trust
know? Like,
me, I went to 4 different sources to try and find if anybody said anything about
bet
the
you
game,
did.
and no one says anything.
that would have been the first question I asked.
That was the first one I had. Yeah, it's like, what's he in? What? Probably Tears of the Kingdom. Right?
God, right? 17 hours.
Animal Crossing.
Maybe it was Animal Crossing. I gotta help these people. My
That's-
town needs me.
That's maybe the only game that could, save him from.
Solitude.
Yeah, you'd be like, well,
Reprimand.
he's a good guy.
He
He's
was
playing Animal Crossing.
We gotta go easy on him.
The camel was there with their rugs. He's got to be there. So 10 times from November to February, 17 hours worth. They caught him on camera doing it. The higher up, or they recorded the footage, obviously from the police station, and then they went through it again to check, and they added up the time. Blah, blah, blah. The officers said
It was ironic because he was playing GTA, and
he
they
could be. Yeah, he could be. That's true. The officer apologized for doing it, and he also said, "quote he played games when there were few incidents." End quote. So I was
Oh,
like,
okay.
there wasn't a lot going on.
perfect.
I-
Perfect. Well,
over,
he knew
over what,
when-
4 months? He played
17 hours.
just over an hour 10 different times. Like,
Well, you're not the commissioner. Somebody else was, and he got in trouble for it. He's gonna.
I mean, he could have been playing at lunch and it went over a little bit.
Look, imagine how good of a cop you got to be to know when it's slow and you're not going to get a
Yeah.
call, and that's when he was playing. So I mean, the guy was actually he's like a Sipowicz.
He was playing a police simulator game.
So a higher up at the
Refining
police
his craft,
Did you guys
if
say
you
that
will.
already?
at the police station, a higher up came to tell this guy that he was part of an unannounced investigation or inspection. And when I went to go tell him that, they found his switch in the dock in the break room at work. So he was caught red-handed, and they already had the evidence anyway. But he will be docked 17 hours of pay for this, and he'll also get, he's gonna keep the job, but he's in trouble. So there you go. So if you
They
were
told
in
him-
trouble during those 17 hours, I'm sorry.
They told him to just stick to the Game Boy Advance at work if you could.
It's
So from now
easier
on,
to
he's
hide.
bringing his Game
You don't
Boy.
leave evidence
See,
behind because it's always in your pocket.
But the joke's on them. They put him in cuffs, but
Buck.
beforehand, he took the 2 Joy-Cons and put them behind, and then so he kept playing.
Oh, that's
while in
it. You're right.
handcuffs.
Free-handed behind the back. You're right. Buck says, I went to WWE Raw when I came to Houston with my boyfriend. I am jealous, man. The crowds lately have been so nuts in the best way. Mom Brain, that Raw that we watched, probably the best Raw we've seen
B Money
in
texted
over
me
a
about
decade.
it. Yeah, and I was like, it
Oh
was
my God,
great.
he must have been going
He
nuts.
was going nuts.
They still do that live?
They do it live. But here's the best part. Now that Vince is 100% gone and Triple H is 100% in charge of storylines, he's doing things that we haven't seen in years. He let CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, and Seth Rollins go out and do a completely unscripted segment. Like, they had a guideline of, here's the thing you need to talk about, but you do it however you want. And it was like, what, 20 minutes?
Mhm.
One of the best
Oh,
things
that's
I've ever
awesome.
seen.
I love it
'cause
when they spend 20 minutes not wrestling.
they really went at each other, and it was so good. That's when wrestling is its greatest, when they just let them do what they want to do.
When
and
there's less trafficking of humans and more
Yes,
of
yes.
the
That's
storyline stuff that's
Um,
ridiculous and fun.
and them like just going at each other and not pulling punches and just having fun with each other. Oh, it was so good. It was one of the best segments I've ever seen on Raw. It was phenomenal. That whole Raw in general was great, though.
It's more popular than ever.
More popular than ever. And this is the final week before WrestleMania. But anyway, Big Boss Man was a wrestler, and he was a police officer, and we're talking about police officers here. Martin Stuff says, I mean, if
He
playing-
was caught playing Tiger handheld games back in the day. Big Boss Man.
I mean, he was easily caught because he had to stand under a giant light while he was doing it, so couldn't even hide it. Martin Stuff says, I mean, if he was playing Ace Attorney, then technically he was solving crimes. That's true, Martin Stuff.
There you
He's
go.
like, this is real. I'm trying to better myself here.
Ghost Trick.
He's playing. He's trying to learn how to possess items in real life.
Touch Detective.
What a timely reference, Nicky Hill. Perfection.
Look what I did.
Not bad.
You're
Let me
gonna
show
you'll
you
know why
something.
later.
Oh, is it
We'll get
out
to it
this
later.
week?
We'll get to it later. F-Zero Maximum Velocity. the GBA game is now available for Switch Online. Yep, I saw when you went on the GBA thing earlier. I was like, we're never going to get away from it because it's a story later.
No, it just proves that I'm the jerk because every game clearly needs to be on the Game Boy.
You know what's funny? There's another company that's putting out a physical Game Boy game that they emailed me this week, and I asked if I wanted the ROM to review or the Switch option to review, and I'll let you guess which one I took.
Wait, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
This is going back a while.
The Game Boy Advance was 20
Shantae
years
is
ago.
coming out for the Switch or for the Game Boy Advance?
Both.
But the Game Boy Advance on the Switch, you know what I mean? Like the
No,
game
just
Switch
regular
Online.
eShop.
Okay.
It is not. No, because the
So that was a good
Switch
question to bring up,
Online
because some people might be
GBA
looking.
collection is for games that actually released on the GBA. What do you mean? I don't know. Yes,
Well-
we're telling
But
you.
when Shantae releases, it's actually releasing on the GBA.
Yes.
Ooh, we're getting into that gray territory.
No, it's not gray. So when it comes out, then yeah, it could be on this. It won't be, but they could do that, sure. But it would be very weird. I guess there's some
It would
merit
be a great
to it.
promotion. Yeah,
There's merit
yeah.
to it because like the Switch version
Hey,
will
'cause
be
you get it
in
for
a
free.
higher resolution. It'll have like extra quality of life features that aren't possible on the GBA. But if they were to add it to the Switch Online, it would still have some quality of life features, but it would still be just a straightforward GBA version. So there's wiggle room for it. They will never do it because it doesn't make sense. But technically speaking, yes, it could happen. But yes, the GBA game, F-Zero Maximum Velocity, is out now. If you're a Switch Online, what is it? Expansion
Connoisseur?
expansion
Oh.
pack member, expansion pack. So you have to be Switch Online expansion pack. You can't just be regular Switch Online. But that gets you all the GBA games. This is 25 years after F-Zero Maximum Velocity originally came out. Boy, this last year makes it seem like Nintendo actually cares about F-Zero again, which is lovely to see. F-Zero 99 also got an update this week.
99.
A free content update with a whole bunch of new extra stuff. So brand new F-Zero got updated. Another retro F-Zero came back, and you can play that. So F-Zero fans are eating good right now.
In the neighborhood.
There you go.
Well done.
Welcome to Chili's. Sticer says, love this. We're really seeing the F-Zero love from Nintendo lately. I agree, Sticer. I just said it.
Oh,
I hope they keep up the cadence of releases as Switch nears the end of its life cycle, though. Would love more classic games on the system. You'll probably get a few more. Yeah, I don't know how many more. Maybe they'll finish out 2024. Probably with more GBA games or NES or Game Boy Color or N64 or Sega Genesis or whatever. You got plenty of options
Neo
there.
Geo.
No Neo Geo through Switch Online, but through Switch, yes, because there's always
Turbo
retro-
Graphics 16.
Yes,
Same
that's
thing.
true. Yes, I was
Yeah,
going to
I
get
know.
into that, but I figured you knew.
I know.
North America, what do we got this week in terms of new games that may be available for the GBA? I'll tell you. South Park Snow Day, which I've heard it's horrible.
Oh no!
Oh,
The
yeah.
first two were really good, were they not?
My understanding is this game is horrible, and it's not a
Oh,
bad
bummer.
Switch port horrible. That is just horrible in general.
Oh,
I've heard
that's sad.
lots of bad stuff. I saw a 2 out of 10 score. Like, it's apparently very bad. So I don't know what happened there. Pepper Grinder is available, which is the opposite. It's a very good game. Inspired by the GBA game Drill Dozer. Not a lie at all. This is the GBA podcast. Open Roads is available, starring Kerry Russell and Felicity and the girl is going to be
Deaver.
Yes, that's it. You're
Was that right?
That's
Who?
exactly right. Caitlin Dever, the girl who's going to be Abby in The Last of Us, one half of Booksmart. I keep going, but I don't remember what else she's been in.
She better start pumping iron now. Is all I gotta say.
She won half of Booksmart.
She
is
is
one half.
one half of Booksmart.
Is she the one that masturbates with stuffed animal?
I don't remember a lot about the movie because I didn't really care for it. so
She's
I
the,
would ask
I
you.
love that movie. It was so great.
She redhead.
You have to watch the movie I just told you about 2 girls. They're lesbians and they start a self-defense class in high school to get with girls.
Bottoms.
You have to watch Bottoms. If you liked Booksmart, you're going to love Bottoms. 100 Doors, Escape from
It's
Prison.
a show.
Movie. 3D on Amazon Prime. Movie. 3D Printer, Printmaster Simulator.
Oh, that's the girl from the bear, right? She in that
You
one?
are right, and she's not surprisingly excellent in the movie as well.
Wait, who?
The chef from The Bear, the one that's like running the kitchen.
Right, but what's she in?
Bottoms. She's
Oh,
one of
okay.
the main characters in Bottoms, and she can. It's very clear that movie had an outline, but they let them riff as well. Everybody in the movie can riff. She's definitely one of the best ones. She's really good at it. She just something
Nice.
about her comedic timing and her cadence and style.
She's
Kill-
good.
no, everybody in that movie kills it. I want to say T-Pain is in that movie. Maybe it's not T-Pain. This is horrible. This is like
J-Lo?
middle-aged white man. Who's that rapper? Some guy's in it. He's really funny. Like everybody in movies.
Better
funny,
than
but
Common and Silo.
doesn't take much.
Poor
so,
Common.
yes. Akatsuki, Lord of the Dawn, Arcade Archive Surprise Attack, Blind Shot, Brain Memory 2, Coffee Please, Contraptions Collection, Drift Force Extreme, Ultimate Car Simulator 2024, Drift Legacy, Zack, that's the PC 8801 game, Escape Fear, Hide and Seek Horror, Escape Game, The Kiddie School, Kitty, Felix the Cat, which came out for the NES, and yes, this is getting an NES release. Not a lie. Finding America, the West Collector's Edition, Forwarder Hero, Fruity Puzzler, Girl Genius Adventures in Castle Heterodyne, Go-Kart Mania. I never know how to say this. Hebereke Enjoy Edition. Basically, it's Euphoria, the saga, but with the quality of life improvements and still the original NES style graphics.
Heike Kagero.
House, not based on the show. Junior Labyrinth. Just Find It 2 Collector's Edition. Kingdom of Corrupts. Knowledge Keeper. I am the Knowledge Keeper. Labyrinthia
goodness.
Nightmares. The Journey of Little Fluffy Puff.
You read that wrong.
Labyrinthia Nightmares. The Journey of Little Fluffy Puff.
Sorry, but I just saw the journey of Little Fluffy Puff in caps, so I wanted you to scream that part.
Sorry. Laika, Age Through Blood. That I want to play. It's a Metroidvania, but you're on a motorcycle the whole time. It's a really interesting idea, and I think it's a rat too. I think you're a rat on a motorcycle.
You've got my attention.
What's it called? Motor.
Laika, Laika.
Yeah, regardless of the title, you got my
Age
attention.
Through Blood. There you go. Mad Experiments 2, Escape Room, Meltdown, Missile Dancer 2, Monster Panic, Night Gast, Not Tonight, and Not Tonight 2 in a bundle. Or you could just go with the brand new Not Tonight 2. Nyanzao and Kumakichi Bomb Cave.
Nightgast comes after Taco Bell.
There you go. Enzen, that is the letter N-Z-E-N. Old Coin Pusher Friends 2. One Last Breath.
I couldn't even.
Utzo. So a coin pusher, I know, is the things in the arcades that
Yeah,
push
that's
the
what I
coins
was
over the
thinking.
edge. But
okay.
that's my
Cool.
guess. I don't know. Man, I play those when I go to those places. I end up playing those a
Those are
lot.
fun.
I'm like,
you ever
oh,
get the TikToks of those? And you
Yes,
just watch them
yes.
forever, and you're like, "This one's definitely gonna go."
yeah, because
How
that's
is
how
it still up?
stupid I am when I'm there. I'm like, that needs just one more coin and I'm
It's
gonna
like
get it.
over the edge. And you're like, "How is it on
Yeah,
there?"
yep. Gets
I
me every
watch
time.
it for like 10 minutes, and it's like a live stream, so you know it doesn't end.
Yeah.
There's
Do you
no
get the guy that does
satisfying.
the claw machines?
I haven't seen him.
It's a guy who does claw machines, and it's a claw machine where you win an iPad, but you have to spell out the word iPad. So you need an IP, an A, and a D. And it's just a vending machine filled with cups that like coffee cups that have lids on them. So you grab the cup, you take the cup out, you take the lid off, and inside is a letter, usually a coupon, and maybe $1, like an actual dollar bill to play again. And the man's been going for like a month and a half, and he
For
has
$1.
like 8,000. He has a whole bunch of
He has
IPs and
$8,000?
Ds, but he doesn't have
And
a
he
single
can't
A.
get the
And he's like,
A?
one of these has to be an A.
How much does it cost for a pull?
It's $1 a play. But to be fair, a lot of the cups have $1 in them. So he probably ends up spending like $2 or $3 altogether a day when he goes in. So it adds up. But he's playing like 15 times. So
But he's that good. He can get one pretty much every time he plays.
he's
Because
his
I am
whole
abysmal
account
at that
is
stuff.
about claw machines.
Man.
And the craziest part is he seems like a normal guy too, because he narrates all of them and he's funny and he makes them entertaining. So he's the weird mix of like,
But it's such
clearly-
an eccentric hobby
Yes,
that you're
yes.
like, this guy can't be normal.
Exactly. But he's great. He's so much fun to watch that I follow the account and he'll be like day 38 of going into claw machine and trying to get the letter A. And he's like, I pulled the cup out and here it is, another. And he sells it every time. He's like, and I pulled it out and you won't believe. And it's another P. And then it's the account. It's one of my favorite accounts. I don't know the name, but I was going to mention that. When was I going to mention that? Oh yeah, I'll mention it after this. I had a whole cadence in my head of things I wanted to do. Atzo, Outward Definitive Edition, Retouring, Redguard, the Space Viking, Saviorless. That game looks cool. Look for Saviorless, another Metroidvania. Soul Dog TD, Spring Bunny Islands, Stasis, Bone Totem, Swing By, Terra Memoria, award-winning Terra Memoria. That game, the company behind that game donated $100,000 to saving the environment. The World After, They Always Run Deluxe, To the Sky, sorry to steal your thunder, Nicky Hill, Touch Detective 3 plus the complete case file. So the unlocalized Touch Detective game plus all the originals remastered. Good deal. Truck and Forklift Logistics Simulator, Unturned, Vikings Valhalla Saga, and finally Zombiewood Survival Shooter. Sticer says, I cannot wait to check out Pepper Grinder. You got excellent taste, my friend.
At my age, that's all I get is Zombie Wood.
Had my eye on it ever since that Nintendo Direct. Yumi, my friend. There, perfect. Don't play the Mariah Carey anymore. It gets us a new claim, and it blocks us in like 6 countries. I know.
Really?
I got an email after last week's show, and I was like, "What do we get claimed for?" It says you're blocked in all these countries, and it's because of Mariah Carey. Crazy, right? We can't.
Hey, what happened?
Can't do the whistle
Makes
tones
me
anymore.
feel-
It's not long, but like that tone is its own like signature.
Yeah,
It
I thought
sets
the
off
rule was
warning
6 seconds
signals.
and you're good. Maybe it's 6 seconds.
Yeah, but she sings a.
Maybe
Yeah,
she's
she hits a
very litigious.
frequency that like somebody's
right.
always
A red light
scanning.
in
We
somebody's
know there's
house
only
goes
one
off.
person who can do
Yep.
that noise.
Time stands still. When you hear it.
All right, so
Mm.
Nicky
There you
Hill,
go. I
That's
can
what
do
we're
it
gonna have
for
to
you.
do from now on.
my phone is
The same idea gets across, definitely.
Mhm.
my phone is dying. Nicky Hill,
And you look
What
in
are the
pain as
next
well.
European masterpieces? Let's find
Josh, I
out
wasn't
with
ready.
Nicky. Swoop.
no,
Well,
go
thank
ahead.
you,
Josh.
What are the
Josh.
next European masterpieces? Let's find out with Nicky. Sweet. Release.
Thank you, Josh.
Perfect
again.
timing. Perfect. Nicky, don't say anything yet. I want to say this thing I meant to. Oh my God.
Okay.
Let
Well,
me
now we're
do
at
this
that
thing.
point where we've teased something new, and
Yes,
now
yes,
we're
yes,
going
yes, yes.
backwards.
I'm doing it right now. I am going to do an interview with someone who is on TikTok.
right now.
Cool.
Not right now. I want to point it out though. I'm going into my TikTok to get her name. Her account is Gigi. It's Gigi_playing. That's XIXI_playing. She's a cozy gamer that plays a lot of stuff on Switch. Something of hers came up on my For You page. I watched it and I was like, I really like this content creator. And she had something about Princess Peach Showtime where it started a whole conversation. I left a comment and the comment got really popular and it started a whole new conversation. And people are being mean to her in the comments. Other people are coming to her aid. But anyway, I watched her content, really like it. Again, she's a Switch player, focuses on cozy gaming. She's starting out as she's trying to do a social media thing. She's got a decent following so far. I reached out to her to do an interview to talk about cozy gaming, the backlash she got on this Princess Peach thing, Switch and Nintendo in general, her gaming hobbies, all that. Doing an interview with her. Go check her out on TikTok. I think she's really cool. We'll have an interview.
Thanks.
I
Very
don't know.
cool.
Whenever she feels like answering her, I told her there's no rush because it's a pain in the ass to have to write out answers. So maybe this week, maybe next. But Gigi playing XIXI_playing on TikTok. Go check her out.
PLAYING.
Yes, playing.
Now, the backlash that you say she's received, is it just because she's female that likes to game?
Because she's female, full stop. Because she's a gamer, full stop. Because she's a female playing games, full stop. Because
it's Princess
she's
Peach's
someone on
game.
she
TikTok.
played Princess Peach. Yep, all of it. You
Because
name
she's
it.
someone on TikTok who's just
she
trying to
deserved it.
have wholesome, like good content without
Yes.
hating on
Yes,
anything.
exactly right. Yes, and people are like, "You're stupid. You suck. You're
Oh
a
my
woman. Don't
God.
play
Isn't
games.
that
You're a
the
child. All that
worst?
horrible stuff."
I mean,
So
God,
I
just
went in
don't
because
say anything.
my new thing is, I'm not gonna this sounds like I'm making some grandiose thing, and I'm not. But I'm at the point in my life where I'm like, I'm not gonna sit by and I'm not gonna let people say crappy stuff. I'm also not gonna reply to them. Instead, I'm just gonna leave a nice comment and leave it at that. And it's been opening doors to other things. So I think it's really cool. And I was like, this poor girl is trying to do something and she's getting crapped on. I'm going to do something where she's got a chance to speak with people who are actually going to be interested and supportive. So that's my plan.
As long
I'm
as she doesn't
excited to
do
it.
anything that's only going to be available on the GBA.
She bought the physical Princess Peach. So there is that. But yeah, next week or the week after I'll have it. So look forward to that. Sorry, Nicky Hill. The other thing that I got excited about was in my TikTok, I followed Samantha Irvin, the WWE announcer, who is one of my favorite people in WWE. She put up a comment. She gets a lot of hate too. Or she put up a TikTok. She gets lots of hate. I left a comment on her page. I just saw that she liked it. So basically,
Nice.
we're best friends. is what I'm
Oh, maybe she can put you in touch with Lil Nate.
I don't know that her and Little Nate hang out, but in my mind, they do now.
Little
He's
Nate, that sounds
he's
like a
referee.
Fortnite.
He's a referee.
Why doesn't Lil Nate have a TikTok account? He's the guy
Maybe
that
he
we
does.
should be
Maybe
following.
I don't want to follow because I'm sure he's going to be like January 6th.
We
I
don't
was
want to
there,
know.
never
We
forget.
don't want to know
Yeah,
about
you're
Lil
right. I know,
Nate.
yeah.
We want to just assume he's the best.
But anyway, Nicky Hill, sorry. The floor is yours.
Maybe I don't want it. This last couple of days of March going into April, the week of March 28th, the year of our Lord, 2024. No, this is, correct me because I feel like I'm wrong. March 28th and forward? This is the week coming or the week that we just had in Europe?
Why are you asking?
Because what I just said,
March
March
into
into
I just
April,
had a heavy rotation.
March into April, I'd be wrong, and I don't want to.
Europe does it backwards. So usually with Europe, there is a couple of
So the games that came out this past week up until now.
Mostly, there will be a couple that are like the day after.
Listen.
But usually Europe is the day, the week before leading up to the day of.
Okay. So it's not going into April. So I'm
going to say this
sorry.
again.
Listen, hey, if
No,
you're
you're not listening.
if you're from Europe, you know how this works. The week of March 28th, the year of our Lord 2024.
That is correct. Yes.
And oh, what a Lord. Outward Definitive Edition. If you were looking if you had a regular edition, no, this one's the definitive. Definitive. There's a lot of T's in that one. South Park Snow Day.
Not good.
Perfect timing for that game to come out, right? After
It's the same gripe I have with that Ghostbusters Frozen whatever movie. Like,
yeah. They waited until after the onion snow.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah, we know
we're
you guys
fine.
are all big seasonal fans here, just like I am. So let's keep these things in the seasons they belong.
Well, you can see why this would be a little more frustrating than, say, like not being able to get gingerbread.
You know
or
it's
something.
all.
I
It's
don't.
always in season.
I don't. I'm being honest. I don't. I'm not saying you can't feel
Uh,
this way, but I don't. Put a summer movie out in
Seasons
the
of
winter.
love, am I right?
Put a nighttime movie out during the day. I don't care. It's a bad second example, but that's all I got.
Yeah.
Like, obviously it doesn't matter, but like if you were in charge and they were like, when should you put it out?
If it was a
Whatever.
holiday movie, I would be like, let's put it out around the holiday. Yes, if
Perfect.
it's a
Beautiful.
seasonal movie, I'd be like,
Excellent.
whatever.
Check and mate. Thank you. Moving on.
Moving on.
I don't know if this is seasonal, but Akatsuki, Lord of the Dawn. Did I say that one right? Probably.
Akatsuki
No.
running through the jungle. Watch it.
Animal Buddies, Party Beasts.
Yeah.
I feel like I said that a while ago. Blind Shot. Brain Memory 2. Serious Business. Is that a cloud game?
I'm gonna brain memory.
I didn't even mean for that joke to come out that way.
Oh
Is that a cloud game?
What did you mean then?
Just a game about clouds. I was dumb and it came out smart. Look at me.
About clouds and on the clouds.
I get it.
Oh,
No,
okay.
but he's saying he didn't mean it.
I didn't mean for it to be a cloud-based game, but no, I guess I did.
Yeah, this is why I am confused. That's why.
What
I'm
is it?
confused.
What is the game about?
I don't know. I haven't played it.
I'm
Do I
assuming
look like a
clouds.
brain guy?
Maybe it's a flight game and you're flying amongst the
Yeah.
clouds.
I'm a monkey brain. guy.
Contraception collection.
Oh.
It's not. No, it's contraptions collection. Crypt Stalker.
Look into that one. If you're a
Mm.
fan of classic Castlevania, look into that one. It looks like it's something special.
Oh,
Drift
bad
Legacy.
controls.
Is that something we should look into?
Yeah, I don't
if
know.
you're-
I don't know.
If we're fans
Could
of
be part of it.
Fast and the Furious. Drift Legacy.
Tokyo Drift Legacy.
I feel like I've said this one, but I guess there's a lot of it. Egg Console.
We say you do this every week. Egg Console is like
The console.
You know how there's Arcade Archives every week?
Yeah.
There's Egg Console every week.
Okay, so what are we talking about here?
The game,
Exact?
Zach.
The game.
Zach?
Yeah, Zach is the game. Egg Console is the brand. Mark II is the platform.
SR.
PC 8801 Mark II.
Okay, PC
It's one of the
8801.
most confusing things. I've
PC
So
ever
all
looked
you
at.
need, ignore
Here's the thing. Like, all right, Egg Console is the platform.
Ignore that. Yeah,
PC 8801 Mark II
that's a system.
SR.
That's a system.
What's the difference between console and system?
What do you mean? Nothing.
So that's why it's confusing.
Okay, here let me.
Egg Console PC
Okay.
8801 Mark II SR.
Egg Console
Zach.
is the brand.
Brand Nintendo.
PC 8801 Mark II is
Is
the
the
actual system that this
platform.
game came out on back in the day.
Okay, again, it's so confusing. Maybe it's the
Well,
same
now
as
you know.
like for us and Europe, dates are written differently. They're written out,
But now you know.
So we say the company, the game, and then the system it came out on,
it's
rather
not
than
a company. No, it's a brand.
brand,
Yes.
which is what?
It's like I said, it's like Arcade Archives. Hamster does Arcade Archives, and every week Arcade Archives has a new entry, which is some classic arcade game. So it's like Arcade Archives, Qbert. This is the same thing. Egg Console, Zach. And then the thing after is the system it actually came out for back in the day.
You're gonna have to explain that again.
To be here.
You're gonna have to explain it again in the future. Escape Fear, hide and seek horror.
I think they named it like that on purpose. What's your favorite movie? Escape Fear. It's Cape Fear or Escape
Oh.
Fear?
Oh, nice. I was too
Uh,
busy getting upset that this wasn't released around Halloween.
Oh, jeez.
Escape Game, The Kiddie School. Farming Simulator, Kids. Felix the Cat. Forrader Hero.
Yeah, I
For-
don't know. I don't know. That's how it's spelled.
Forrader. Hebereka. Enjoy Edition.
I don't know how you definitely say it. Again,
Hebereki?
people,
Heberek.
Euphoria the Saga 2 is out right now on Switch.
Like
that
the
is basically-
TV series? Euphoria?
No, Euphoria the Saga 2 is basically a brand new take on the original Euphoria game. This game that Nicky Hill just said, Hebereka, is the original one
Hebereka.
as it was named in Japan with quality of life improvements. So this one looks like an NES game. The new one has updated graphics actually made with like felt toys and stuff like that. So that's the difference between the two. If you want the original, go
Felt.
with this one this week.
It's a lot here. Sorry, everyone. Inazuma 11. That's the soccer. Is that the soccer game?
Oh, yeah.
Victory Road Worldwide Best Test Demo.
Yes,
that
it is a demo, online demo for the new Inazuma 11 game. This is a worldwide test. So you are mixing it up online with soccer players from around the world.
Junior Labyrinth. Just Find It 2 Collector's Edition. Meltdown. That's you play as Nicky Hill in a variety of different scenarios. Missile Dancer 2. Monster Panic. Multi-Maze 3D. Night Gassed. Again, you eat Taco Bell, you get night gassed. Not Tonight 2. You got Night Gassed? Not Tonight 2. What in the world?
Cat.
Nyanzu and Kumakichi Bomb Cave. Old Coin Pusher Friends 2. Maybe that's just two friends who used to do two friends who would go and do the pusher games together. Maybe you play as an arcade
It's
game
slang
that
for
is
something.
friends
All right, I'm gonna-
with
I
an
was thinking-
I'm gonna
old
look
cane
up.
pusher. One Last Breath. Night Gas, One Last Breath. Those are two funny games to come out the same night. Open Roads, OT, XO, Atsuko, Out Racing, Arcade Memory, Pepper Grinder, Portal Shotgun Teleport. Reaper Survivors.
Reaper.
Restaurant Health Inspection. Because is that a simulation game? That's such like a specific.
Nothing's more fun than the.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see maybe having.
That's the coin pusher game. So it is a coin pusher game.
Cool! Look at that. Yeah,
Like
It's $3.
we got ourselves a new Suica.
I wonder how many actual health inspectors get home from like a busy day when they're like exhausted and they throw on restaurant health inspection game.
This old coin pusher game is online. So the coins are moving based on other people out there too.
Oh,
That's wild.
Do you win anything?
wow!
That's
And
crazy.
woolly.
That's crazy.
I was
do
trying to think of
that's
something.
whack.
Yeah. it's
Oh, do we
something.
not say wild anymore?
He's pointing out that I say wild a lot.
Oh.
Online multiplayer for up to 5 players is possible.
Right and down and dice. Right and down and dice. Shockman Collection Volume 1. Soul Dog TD. Spring Bunny Islands. Now that sounds seasonal, and that is right on time.
Perfect
dude.
timing.
Yes.
So
That's how you do it.
timed so well. I'm interested in it.
Stasis Bone Totem. Sunny
killed him.
Sunny Cafe, Swing By, Terra Memoria, The World After, To the Sky, Touch Detective 3, plus the complete case
Touch
files.
3 detectives completely
Hey-o.
and file my. Next.
File my cases. Vikings Valhalla Saga, Virtual Girlfriend Dating Simulator, and Zombie Wood Survival Shooter.
Is there a comment, Nicky
Those
Hill?
are the games. I feel like I should understand what this means. Steister left a comment and it says Beth Cyan Dodd Allen Nicky.
He's
Oh,
saying
is that-
what's coming out, Nicky, in other languages every week now. What is that language? I'll let you figure it out. 'Cause I don't know.
And I'm assuming I doubt is that how it's spelled properly? That's probably phonetically for me.
You're asking
huh?
for a language that I don't know if it's spelled correctly. I'm going to say I don't know.
Ein Nicky Hill.
Beth Sin Sign Dodd Allen.
We also got these are charts we don't usually get, so this is really interesting. It's the US and the UK active users and games by revenue charts.
Boring.
So it's you get to see what games have the most active users right now and where people are spending their money the most in games. So first off, we're going to start with the games that have the most active users in the US. This is US and UK combined. We're just going to do top 10. Number 10 is Overwatch 1 and 2, then Madden NFL 24, followed by Apex Legends, Rocket League, Rainbow Six Siege, Grand Theft Auto 5, Minecraft, Roblox, Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, just the whole series. And the number 1 game with the most active users, Fortnite. No surprises there. We also have games that are making the most money month by month.
Money.
We have the top 10 starting with number 10, Roblox, Valorant, Suicide Squad, Persona 3 Reload. So remember, money can mean microtransactions or subscriptions or whatever. Just people are spending money in these games outside of the purchase of the game itself. Madden, NBA 2K24, EA Sports FC 24, Call of Duty, Fortnite is number 2, and your number 1 is Helldivers 2. Surprising, isn't it? I mean, I know Helldivers is really popular, but
I
Maybe-
don't think it's surprising.
Is there a thing that like if you spend money, you get different experiences in the game?
no,
It's
just
like
cosmetic.
Fortnite. It's
Yeah.
got all the Fortnite stuff.
I don't know. Maybe
Like,
this
I'm just
is
saying, like,
maybe I'm
maybe
projecting my
You
own.
have to pay to enjoy it more so than you do.
Maybe I'm projecting my own biases on it because I'm like, isn't the shop kind of boring? It's like you're gonna look like a hell diver, but he's got like a 2-horned helmet or a 1-horned helmet, or like in a Fortnite shop, it's like there's a huge variety of skins and stuff
People
available.
love this game, RMC.
But
You don't have to
no,
tell
I
us.
know, but I guess they love the customization as well. I just, when I go look in the shop, I'm like, there's stuff there, but it's I don't know, whatever's there, people are buying. So it's not going to stay like this, obviously, because Helldivers is not going to stay as popular as Fortnite. But for right now, Helldivers is well, this was February. I would imagine March's numbers. I call me crazy, but I'll guess that Fortnite's going to be up to number 1 again. So, there you go. That's the top charts. I'm really interested to see these things because we don't usually get those charts, but this time we did. And then finally, our last top story. Bit of a spoiler. They sent those for a review. Bit of a spoiler. We're going to talk about Super Mario Brother Wonders.
Whoa.
Most difficult badge to get. So if you don't know what that is and you are still trying to get it and you don't want to hear this, then skip, I'd say, 5 minutes. That'll be more than enough. In Super Mario Brothers Wonder, there is a badge you can get by doing a whole bunch of stuff. It's called the Sound Off badge. You have to find and complete every special world course. You have to gather every Wonder Seed and Flower Coin. You have to touch the top of the flagpole at the end of every level, and you have to complete the very, very, very last level, which is the final test badge marathon. And if you do all of that, then you get the Sound Off badge. And what does the Sound Off badge do? Do you guys know?
I don't, but I saw that somebody special is involved.
It takes out the sound effects in the game and replaces them with someone doing the sound effects with their voice. So everything from Mario's jump to fireballs to everything else is done by a human voice, not the instruments.
So this is what, when you beat the game, this is what you were talking about, where you were like, I want to play the game again like this.
This was it. And
that's
it's great because it makes it's just so much fun. And now we found out Koji Kondo is the voice behind the sound effects. He does every single one.
What a cool Easter egg that is.
That is awesome. And it stems from apparently Mr. Kondo, when everybody was coming up with ideas for Wonder Seeds and what they would do, Kondo had an idea for a Wonder Seed where there would be a live action Mario in the game in human proportions who would run through the levels and hum the level's music. And everybody else on the team was like, this is a cool idea, but we don't know how we would make this work with all the other Wonder Seeds because it's so wild compared to them. Wild, I think, appropriately used. But they were like, but there's something to this idea. So they took part of that and turned it into the Sound Off badge. So now you're getting to hear Mr. Kondo perform all the sound effects from Super Mario Brothers Wonder. It is one of, I think, the coolest unlocks Nintendo has ever done for a Mario game. Because usually it's just like, you beat the hardest level. Congratulations. You're the best, which is all I need. I just like the satisfaction of beating it. I'm not looking to unlock
That's all I need to be told I'm the best.
But
I know it already.
Every single sound effect is Koji Kondo's voice doing something. So he'll be like, for fight, he'll be like,
everything. Yeah.
And then boing, boing,
you
like,
got it.
I mean,
Like
obviously
you.
he'd be doing it way better.
Yes, he does them all. So
that's so cool.
It is very awesome. Yeah, it's a really cool idea. So yeah, one of the great unlocks. You know, I remember back in the day with Super Mario 64 when you get all 120 stars. I was like, I can't wait to see what the special thing is. And it's like, here's Yoshi on the top of the castle. And I was like, that's cool. And Yoshi gives you what, like 3 1-ups? And you're like, thanks, Yoshi. I've done everything in the game. Why do I need 1-ups? Like, what's the point? Can I ride you, Yoshi? No, can't do that. He just stands at the top of the castle. And it's like, here you go. Here's something you don't need. Does it still make me angry? Yes. But the joy was in the journey, not the end.
I feel like back then it would have been just cool to have like a secret like that. But
that was cool, yeah. But call me crazy, but when I see Yoshi, I'm like, I can't wait to ride on his back and go on adventures. But he's like, nope, I'm just standing
You're
here.
crazy.
Thank you. I deserve it. I asked for it. That's our top stories this week. Mom Brain, what have you been playing?
Nothing.
Excellent. Nicky Hill, what have you been playing?
Clubhouse Game Solitaire.
How's it going?
I'm still very alone.
Hi, Marsborough. Good to see you. Well, that's
Dude,
the way it's
what have you
supposed to
been
happen.
playing?
Have you stopped playing Another Code?
I just haven't gone back to it.
Did you finish the first game yet?
No.
You're still there too.
Mm-hmm.
The 2 people that love the game, and you blew by both of us. You are our new leader.
The irony is very funny in that sense. But
what have you played, dude?
What a segue.
Let's get started because holy
Hi,
crap.
Rosemary the Farmer. Good to see you. And Freddie Fro. Drive safely. Look at the road. 10s and 2. 10 and 2. Hands at 10s and 2.
It looks like Rosemary the Farmer and you, Raw Meat, have something in common.
Trains?
Passenger princesses. Thank you.
You guys are passenger. I have never in my life been a passenger princess.
No, that's such a lie. It very rarely happens, but that is a lie.
For you, I think it has to happen repeatedly for you to be a
Nope.
passenger princess.
No,
it can't just be one time.
Yeah, it can.
No. The passenger princess is like a role that's filled, not like a
Per
one
car
time.
ride.
You're just a passenger at
Yep.
that otherwise.
Yep.
I disagree. The important thing to say here is
Sometimes
there's
a
no set
passenger,
rules for
never
any
the
of this, so
princess.
we're all right and we're all wrong.
Says a passenger princess.
Well, yeah, that should tell you everything you need to know.
What the print? So even if I went all out and she still hated it, it would still not be a passenger princess. And like I give her drinks and a piece of cake and give her a crown and like call her Your Majesty, and she's like, no good. Then she's still not the passenger.
I think the
princess.
passenger princess is the one that is expects to never be the driver and just is
Right.
like, you will
Right.
drive me.
Right. And you need to make sure that I have an appropriate beverage, snack, and form of entertainment.
What snack would you want? Lean times? Just saltines?
Are you just
Wawa soft
describing
pretzel.
somebody else at the table right now? Is that
Yeah.
someone else's
Yeah.
vehicular
Yeah.
habits, tendencies?
True. Rosemary the Farmer says passenger princess is also secretary of aux and snack provider, which you're good at, snack provider.
I would say I'm extra good at it.
Well, can you explain to everyone what that
princess.
means? Explain to everyone.
No, the truth is you don't understand your snack needs, and I do. So I make sure you're at the appropriate level
And how does that happen?
by force feeding.
He shoves food into my mouth. One time I almost had an accident because I wasn't expecting it. He was just like, "Whoa, bam!"
So that I stopped doing that. We
Yes.
stopped from
Yep.
that.
Yep. We learned
For
that the hard
safety.
way.
Yeah, it's for
Wow.
safety reasons.
Yep. And because
See, this is what happens when somebody spends too much time playing The Sims. They look at other people's food meters and they decide when they need to eat.
Yeah.
Are there complaints?
Do you remember? Sometimes remember the time that the last time it happened was when you tried to shove it into my mouth, food into my mouth, not your wiener, and I denied access, and it fell like on the floor of the car, and I couldn't find it, and I was so angry. There's nothing worse than like food that falls in weird places in the car.
Was it a wet food though, or was it like a
I
dry
don't
food?
remember. No, it's
Piece of
probably
lettuce from a taco or something.
Yeah, right?
I
Like
was gonna say it was like
tomato.
a grape or a blueberry or something like that.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, good. Something that
Remember when I made that
bad.
candy jar, and you were making
Oh, I
me
get
like
why.
special.
That was the ride to North Carolina.
Yeah,
yes.
combination.
Now tell me that wasn't the best pass.
It was bears on a log. You took 2 gummy bears and put them on a cut up piece of sweet tart rope candy, and he was like, "Look,
Ooh.
I made you bears."
Very nice.
The best was there was like 6 different kinds of candies in there, and I would hit you up every once in a while with like nothing but the most sour all at once. It cram your mouth full of like 8 nerds clusters or something like that. Because you're very,
That's great for the driver to.
she's very, very bad
to
with
deal
sour
with.
stuff. Like very.
Oh, even
sensitive
better
to
for
it.
her to be the one driving, and you're giving
Was
her
there
that
not
stuff.
an agreement beforehand?
Yeah. No, we
Thank
were.
you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that's exactly what it looked like. Anastasia Beaverhausen.
Oh man, I'm sad she's gone from the internet. But what are you gonna do? All right, dude, what are you playing?
What do you mean she's gone from the internet?
There
She was a
is.
great content creator on YouTube. Like this is.
Oh,
I'll
it's not
talk-
just a meme. It's
I'll
it's an
talk
actual-
after show. It's a real long story about this woman
So
who got
it's not
bullied
just a
off.
clever name.
She got bullied off the internet, basically.
I guess we could have guessed.
But anyway,
So I've been playing Animal Crossing New Horizons. Ladies and gentlemen, Ozzy is out.
yeah.
Ozzy the koala, we liked you. It was nice to have you around, but we didn't need so many dang lazy villagers. Get out of here. So Ozzy asked to leave. I told him good luck and went island hopping and found a cute little chickadee named Molly. She's very sweet. She's like a little duck or a duckling or something. And she's chilling now on my island. She's very nice. I like her. Giving her gifts. I'm trying to get her portrait. And then I'm going to put it up in my house with all the other portraits.
Oh, sounds like Deux is smitten.
Well, I have all the other villagers' portraits in there. What's nice is
Oh.
when they come visit you, if you interact with their portrait while they're there, they'll like comment on it and they're very touched. So
Are you doing the
Which means
portraits?
we should all be giving due portraits of ourselves.
Yeah. No, it's just like they'll give you a framed picture of themselves. And
Actually, you have several framed pictures of Ramit and I.
I do. I've got it in blanket form, and
not even framed. Yeah.
yeah, the framed one, a blanket, and
You ready for Zipper?
Yes. Bunny Day is on its way, ladies and gentlemen. Don't you dare call it Easter. It's called Bunny Day. And I've been collecting eggs all over the place. Zipper confused me. Maybe I read what they said wrong, but when they were first there on the island, they were like, bring one of every egg to me and I'll give you something special. And I did that, and he just talks to me. He doesn't give me anything. And I haven't seen him since that first day.
I don't remember.
But it was only that one day he was on the island, and then he's been gone, and I'm assuming he'll show up back
Or
on,
is he?
on Bunny Day. I don't know, actually. Now you got me thinking maybe I gotta
says I'm
look.
dodging Animal Crossing until Zipper leaves.
Zipper's a freak.
Man, yeah, I haven't seen.
That was right when
seen
Animal
them.
Crossing came out too, because right during the
Yeah.
pandemic when everybody's playing, everybody was complaining about Zipper.
Man, yeah, I haven't seen Zipper just that one time, and they just seemed a little strange, but it wasn't a bother. So now I'm creeped out that they're like, hanging around the island somewhere
Watching you.
watching.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's a little bit of Animal Crossing. Fortnite. Been playing Fortnite quite often. It's still very fun.
If you're not watching Deux views on YouTube, you should, because Deux picks the perfect clips. They're always entertaining, even for everybody who's not playing. They
They're-
are extra entertaining for us, but
since those listening most likely know RMC, I would say it's very entertaining if you know who RMC is.
thank you.
I
Appreciate that.
most of, I mean, I said this before, but most of the videos are me spectating RMC because I've been knocked and he's doing something amazing. And in fact, I was saying the other day that there's so many on Deux views of Raw Meat's feats that someone should go in and make a whole new, like a special YouTube account, just pull the RMC ones and call it Raw Meat's feats or something, because they're always great.
I've said it so many times. I need to just do it. I am gonna set it up so that I record our whole nights, because there's so much fun stuff and things we want to capture that I should just do it. I should stop saying I'm going to do it and do it, because I want archives a lot of that stuff. I'll throw them up on YouTube too or whatever.
Yeah, a
It'll
lot
be
of
fun.
stuff is unpredictable and fun and silly, and yeah, so that's always a good time. And Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. This is I don't even know anymore, man. I don't even know anymore. I feel like some crazy person who has anyone seen that movie Yesterday where the Beatles disappear and the guy's like the only one who remembers the Beatles? Like, I feel like that, like, because everybody other than you, RMC, is loving this franchise, this new remake franchise. And the more I get into it, I'm 52 hours into this game. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. The fact that people like this, the story in particular, if you've played the original, it's just like baffling to me. And I hate to sound like that old guy that's like the original's better, but it's like crazy. You feel like you're on acid or something playing this game. It's insane. Like, I don't even know what they're doing. So I'm going to try to keep it quick here. I wrote down a whole bunch of things. So this game rips off every game ever. I don't mind that, to be honest, but there's like tons of like mini games, and each thing rips off everything else. There's an Uncharted 4 like chase segment in it. There's like this big boss fight with vehicles, and you're being chased and you got to shoot this thing. You remember that from Uncharted, right? How awesome it was going through the town, and then you're on the train, by the train. And this, it's a big boulder, and you drive in a circle around the boulder. I'm telling you, you're not even like you're trying to get away from them, but it's clear that you're just going in a circle in this arena, and it's crazy.
Kobun says, "Does the game make sense if you don't know the story of the original?"
It does, but I don't know why you'd be interested, because the characters are not interesting, and like it's such a slow moving story, and because you're doing all these like open world side mission things. So by the time you get to like real story elements, you're like, okay, let's get into this story. And then it's just like, someone's like, let me explain to you what's going on. Oh, the planet's fighting back. It's like, it's just like the way it's told. It's just not the same. It's so I'd find it very hard now to recommend it to even somebody who doesn't know the original story, because I would say like originally like play Final Fantasy VII mostly for the story, and like I can't recommend this new one for the story. I really couldn't. They're one of my favorite moments with Barrett happened. I was talking about it 2 weeks ago when I was excited for it to happen. It was so underwhelming. They undercut his emotional arc twice. We're finally like he's finally revealing a little bit about his past, and Yuffie comes in and makes like a joke, and he's talking about like the worst thing. It's like my town got killed, everybody's dead, my best friend's dead, and it's like, and she's like, oh, the tram's here, woo, it's like, what the hell, like, and everyone's like, let's go, and it's like, wait a minute, he was just dumping his emotions on you, and you just left him.
I get it. The train's there. Everybody's gonna you gotta go.
It was a tram.
Well, I mean, how long is it between trains?
Well, so
like if we don't go now, we're going to be here for another hour and a half, guys.
I know you guys are being funny, but this is killing me. but yeah, and then you get really into the part where he's with. I don't want to spoil anything if you haven't played the original, but it was like this amazing part with this amazing character that stinks in the new one and is different in the new one, but whatever. And they cut it off. They cut off his biggest emotional bit for this character so that you could have that horrible boss fight that I told you about. And that boss fight, it does technically happen in the original game, but doesn't happen until like later in the game. And they shoehorned it in because they wanted to have this Uncharted like boss fight. This is my theory. And they ended up cutting off Barrett's like big emotional arc to shoehorn in this boss fight with a character that's fine, but it's like this shouldn't happen until later, and it's kind of asinine. So that really ruined me a little bit because I was looking forward to that point in the story. So that kind of took the wind out of my sails. Mini games I have here. There's so many mini games. Most of them are fun, to be honest, but like I'm 51 hours into this game. I don't need any more mini games. I don't need any more. I just want to finish the game. I'm so not close to the end of this game. It's ridiculous. Like there's I'm on the 4th, maybe 5th open world section, and there's at least one more.
Fun.
I don't think so, Reggie. I've been not having fun. More and more, I've been like losing the fun elements of it. And they expand vastly on the smallest parts of the game. There's this little town called Gongaga in the original game. It's literally like one tiny little forest that you just walk through on the world map, and then a tiny like 4-building town. In this game, it's a gigantic map with like 3-tiered layers, and the town is huge. It's got a river going through with like bridges, and it's like the biggest part of the game so far. And I'm telling you, it's like the smallest nothing and that doesn't bother me that much because, to be honest, it's like a really entertaining part of the game. But I just don't know why they're like building over here, and then it's like oh, here's new characters that we don't need that in a game that already has hundreds of characters. Yeah, and they changed some characters like whatever. So that stuff's gonna happen. These are just nitpicks on my end here. They ripped the Chocobo racing is kind of truncated from what it used to be. It used to be a huge, like, Chocobo breeding and Chocobo racing used to be huge in the original game. Now it's like a bad Mario Kart ripoff. It's like almost that it's the Moo Moo Ranch. It's that level, but it never changes. So you get the one level. And I don't know if you remember Chocobo Racing in the original, but it's this awesome, like, crazy rainbow tube, and then you go through it's like a weird fantasy world. It's nothing like that at all. It's not interesting at all. I don't know if there's going to be breeding in the future. It doesn't seem like there's going to be, because everywhere you go, they're just like, here's a Chocobo. You don't need to catch one. You don't need to breed one. And it's like, all right. So I mean, I guess that's fine. Maybe I'm the only loser that liked the Chocobo breeding. I mean, I loved that breeding. That seems to be gone. There's a character, Zach. If you know that name from the original game, you know that he shouldn't be in the game at all. I'm telling you, they keep going back to this flashback of this guy who's supposed to be long gone out of the story. And we're playing as him in a part where he's not even supposed to be there. And we're going to find another character who's, again, not supposed to be there. So you're like wasting time. You're like leaving the present moment to go back in time to play as two characters or a character that doesn't exist. So don't get me started on this stuff. It's that Zach stuff drives me nuts. Congratulations, Zach. We know we've seen you in other Final Fantasy spin-off games. You don't need to be in this one. It's over for you, buddy. It's over. And because of that, the characters that you meet related to him down the line, like the emotional impact is gone. It's just gone. You don't feel anything. I don't. Anyways, Chadley, get out of my face. Shut up.
I'm sorry. There's a person named Chadley.
Before I got
Terrible
on,
name.
when I was playing, before I got on the train, Chadley was there waiting for me, and I just ignored him, and he stopped me and talked to me. I was like, I'm trying to stay away from you.
Just wait till the second game. You can't do a single thing on this world map without like, boop, oh, got to pull up my phone, and there's Chadley, and he's going to talk to me.
I knew Chad was short for something. I knew it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, and he won't, not only is he pushy and he won't shut up and he has to talk to you after everything, you're never listening to what he says because it's always some asinine crap and it doesn't really help you at all, other than like going to him physically and getting the material that he makes for you. But he made a female version of himself, like a digital female version of himself to like run his like virtual games. And she's just as annoying. So it's like, you got Chadley and then you got,
Chadatha.
I don't remember her name, but I mean,
Kobo says they had Zach flashbacks in the first one, right? I remember a bunch of playable flashbacks in the original.
yes, and those flashbacks are excellent because they tell you the story of what happened between Cloud and why it's important, why Zach is important to the story. These are flashbacks of things that never happened in the original. It's like, oh, this character's long gone. Well, let's make him come and save the entire main crew after the end of the first game while they're all passed out. Your entire party is passed out.
It's like a gremlin and like a little elf or something.
He saves them and leaves before they wake up. So they have no idea that he saved them. They have no idea that he's still alive. They have oh God, it's so stupid. It's so stupid.
This right here. I'm very sad that this is
By the way,
making you this passionate,
Spoiler
but
alert.
I love the passions. I wish you
So-
were being this passionate about how much you loved it. I'm sorry you don't.
Well,
but
I hope
I
this
appreciate
isn't
the passion.
annoying anybody listening because there's still a little bit more that I just kind of need to get through. And I know I'm being really passionate. So sorry for being
I
like-
good.
sorry for the anger.
Did
but-
we say spoiler alert at the beginning of this?
Well, I mean, it's not, trust me, I'm 51 hours into
Yeah.
this game. There's nothing happening. There's nothing happening. Okay, so there's this kind of like, there's this like cookie coated, candy coated like layer over it. Like Yuffie is the whole game. Like her attitude is like the whole game. I don't know how to put it, but there's like and it's not necessarily a bad thing in this game. For me, it's bad, but it's like, wouldn't be bad necessarily, but it's got this like frou-frou-ness over it that like stops the emotional bits. And there's quite a bit of dark emotional bits in this game. And it's just all glossed over with these like, tee-hee, ooh, ah, boo, that kind of stuff. And it doesn't need to be there all the time. Like you put it there for certain characters, for certain situations, but the entire thing has it over it. Jokes, they have so many jokes in there that undercut, like it's like that Marvel thing where something crazy happens and it's like, ooh, I better not call the mailman in the morning, or something. And it's like, what? Like you just almost died and you're gonna make a joke, that kind. There's like all these jokes that undercut the
Somebody
experience.
write that down so we don't forget it.
Better
Uh,
not call
Better
the
not
mail.
call the mailman in the morning.
So it gives it that like one note. You don't feel the highs and the lows of the story. It just kind of feels like you're like when McDonald's comes out with that pink chicken nugget goo. It's all like one consistency. It kind of feels like they just did it all. And then don't even get me started on Tifa and Kate Sith, Kate Ketchi. So Tifa, we all love her originally. They
all love her, don't we?
they killed her. They killed her. They killed her character in this game, and I'm not even going to talk more about it. Ket Shi has this Scottish accent, which you'd think would be charming. So if you, like I did, if you hated him in the original, you're going to hate him so much now. You can't ignore him. He's talking and he just won't shut up. He's the one character that for some reason he like joins. In this game, they don't even mention how he joins you. He's just like with you all of a sudden. And it's like, why is this guy with us? And why are we not telling him to F off? And why was it a big deal to not let Yuffie in and then we let her in? But this guy, we're just going to let pile around with us. There's so many things. I mean, now I'm starting to nitpick, but those are just all the things that I wrote down. And I wrote them down when I was at 40 hours into the game. Now I'm 52 hours in. I am slowing down big time on this game. I'm about to head out to Cosmo Canyon. It's another part of the game I really love. I love Bugenhagen. He's going to be waiting there for me, and I bet you he's going to disappoint me too, but we shall see. So thank you very much. I'm very sorry for going on and on and on. You all know that I love to speak about the games that I'm playing. So thank you for being patient and listening, and I hope that you're having a better experience with the Final Fantasy remakes than I am. RMC, would you mind enlightening us on your travels through the video game playing this week?
I'd be happy to. Thank you for segueing. I played Open Roads. I did a review. I wrote a Patreon post about it, and I'm going to talk to you more about it right now. Open Roads is a narrative
we wrap it up? We gotta move on.
adventure. It's a visual novel narrative adventure. It follows a mothers and daughters,
on a train.
It's
train. Ironic.
It is a road trip. They're in a car though. So the mom
they
and
spend
the
whole
daughter,
time of the game in traffic. No, there's no open road. You're just stuck.
no traffic.
Does Kerry Russell wear a mask the whole time, like in that Star Wars movie?
No, she does not. The game starts off with Kerry Russell's character being the mom and her daughter getting ready to sell a house. They're selling the Kerry Russell's mother's house because she passed away, but that's where they were all staying. So they're getting the house ready to sell and move out. And they end up, as they're packing up the house, they end up finding something in the attic. And it leads them on a road trip across the country to discover what they think may have been a secret life that the grandmother lived. So that's what the overarching
it's a certain
story
VHS
is.
tape.
No, it's a note.
Perhaps Doc Brown himself made a copy of.
Doc Brown was one of the original Lemon Party trio. I don't know if you knew that.
Wow.
And Marty was the one who took the picture.
Great Scott.
My body is ready.
So they go on a road trip, and it's about them learning about their family and learning about each other and dealing with trauma. Like the mother is divorced, so obviously that affects the daughter as well. And there's things that haven't been said. And as you are uncovering those things, you're also exploring like who these people are in and of themselves, and just people being people. And it explores, or it puts everyday life under a microscope. It's not like there's a big, like, the mystery of what's going on with the grandmother is there, but it's not like she's an alien or something like that. It's very everyday stuff. But I don't say that as a bad thing. I say that as a good thing. I can't think of the last game I've played that explores just like what it is,
kinky grandmas,
to use an overused term, the human condition, just like what it is to be a person and what it is to interact with people and what it is to find yourself and what it is to discover who you are and what you like and how that goes against and meshes with others in your life. It's just a mundane isn't the right word to use because mundane is boring. It's just a very like everyday life kind of story. And I found that to be very interesting because the writing is stellar. The conversations that the vast majority of the game is conversations between the mother and the daughter. You play as the daughter. So you'll clean out the house and you'll find things to look at, and those will start conversations with the mother. and you can have conversation choices that you make, like how you answer your the mom, and it steers conversations in different ways. But it's no like, this will have consequences. It's not like somebody's going to die or there's going to be a big fight or anything like that. It just steers the conversation in different directions. But there's just, I found it so engrossing, and it's crazy to be like, this experience was so engrossing, but it's there's got to be a word I just can't think of. It's just like a very normal story, but the writing is of such high caliber, and the conversations feel so genuine, and everybody speaks how normal people speak, which is very hard to do, honestly.
Natural?
Yeah, natural. It feels very natural. If these people talk to each other, how people speak. And when there are moments where like the daughter is thinking to herself, the stuff she says to herself is said in ways that make sense. Every once in a very great while, there's something that is a little bit like video game-ish, but not bad at all. And it's not like there's big puzzles to solve. It's not like, you're doing Resident Evil style puzzles where it's like turn the dials to match the numbers for the signs on the wall that are being held by a weird statue. It's like, this door's locked. We need a key. We got to find where the key is. And that's it. And there's nothing that's ever hard to figure out what to do or how to do it. That's not the point of the game. The point of the game is telling you the story of these two people and the people around them in their life. And I really like it. It's a really good game. And every review I've read has been like, this is good, this is good, this is good. But the story's kind of ho-hum.
That's what I saw. I saw a lot of people knocking the story.
The story is ho-hum in the sense that there's no big, like, crazy thing going on. There's no big moments. There's no big... But that's the point of the story. Like, the point of the story is to show you, to give you a window into the everyday life of these two people. And their life is not boring. It's not like you're bored by the story, but if you're waiting for some like big aha moment or some big shocking revelation, that's not what it is. There is the story of the grandmother and who she was and what she was really doing. And that is interesting, but it's nothing like mind-blowing
like she
or anything.
Found One-Eyed Willie's treasure.
Yeah. It's funny because part of the story is about treasure. Like the girl is like, there's been this tale of like treasure being hidden somewhere. And she's like, maybe we're going to find a treasure, but it's jokingly, like she's never expecting to find treasure. She jokes that you're going on a treasure hunt. Maybe you'll find it, but it's a joke the whole time.
Yeah.
And she's joking with her mom. But yeah, that's why I read the reviews and I was so disappointed. And I really like Eurogamer's reviews because I feel like I mesh really well with their critics. And they gave it a 3 out of 5, but everything they said in the review resonated with me. And at the end, they were like, but maybe that is the point of the whole game, to be what I am saying it is. They're saying like, maybe that's the point, and that's just not for me, but for others it will be. And I'm like, what an awesome review to have that like wherewithal to say that stuff. Be like, for me, it was kind of ho-hum and there weren't any moments that I really wanted, but that seems like that's what the story is supposed to be. And maybe that type of story just isn't for me. I need something more. It was for me. I really enjoyed it. I wouldn't be like, it's hard to sell the game because I wouldn't be like, you got to play it. It's amazing. But in its way, it is amazing because of how normal it is. It's a beautiful story. There's no tense moments. There's no moments of like, you worrying about things. You're just interested in the story and you want to see how the mother and daughter explore each other's relationships. And it's just a really nice, beautiful experience. And it's only like 2.5 hours, 3 hours. It's very brisk. There's no parts where you're like, get on with it. Like there's nothing that drags. It's perfectly paced. And as I said in my review, Kerry Russell and Caitlin Dever kill it. Their roles, they do such a good job. They realize these characters, in my opinion, perfectly. Their conversations back and forth are done to perfection. I have nothing else to say. They do an excellent job. And as I was saying to Deux separately, it's very hard because voice acting is not the same as traditional acting. You can have an excellent on-screen presence actor, and they suck at voice acting. So kudos to Kerry Russell and Caitlin Dever because they pulled it off like it was nothing.
And you could also, in certain instances, if you're a screen actor, you might have a chip on your shoulder coming into voice acting and maybe not give 110% or whatever. I mean, I hate to generalize. Not everyone's like
Yeah,
that,
I don't
but-
know the specifics of it, but it seems like Kerry Russell is all about this because they have a video where she announces the game like in front of the camera, and she's
Yeah.
like, she seems genuinely interested, or she's a really good actor, but she seems like she was really into it. And outside of those two, you hear no, I don't think you hear any other voice acting outside of those two. It's just those two talking to each other. You'll talk to other characters, but it's only text, like they'll send text messages or something like that. And you'll hear people talking. You know what? Maybe there's the sister that talks for very little bit. I know there's conversations with her, but I can't remember if she's voice acted. I think one section she is, but their voice acting really takes it to another level. They help. The story is well realized and would read perfectly if it was just text, but they give it a whole new layer and bring it to life in a different way. So I really greatly enjoyed it. I think it's a perfect example of how a very traditional story can be enhanced by being conveyed through a visual narrative genre. So I really liked it. Another win for Annapurna in my book. And
a
if
win for Finn.
check out the trailer and see what you think. I played Fortnite. You know about Fortnite. Having fun. Love it. No complaints. And then the only other thing I played this week was Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Love it.
Okay, so let's start with the positive. I am in the subway section or whatever, where it's like follow the dogs to go where it's fun, whatever.
Right. So
Dog graffiti.
have you done the wall market section yet, or this is still before that?
This is still before that.
Holy cow!
I am 7 hours in, I think.
Okay.
So I'm at the part where where Barrett's like, follow the way the dog's noses point. That's how
not
they know
how he
which way to go.
sounds.
Follow the way the
Yeah.
dog's nose is pointing.
Yeah.
Cloud.
This isn't plan A. This is plan E. We had to get through plan B, C, D before, and then there's G and
Oh, Marlene.
yeah. So that's what I'm doing, and I love how this great plan of like the renegade group is to put dog graffiti up, and the dog's nose points in the direction you're supposed to go. Like nobody in Shinra can figure this out for some reason. But anyway, I said the good stuff first. I'm running through that section.
That was the good stuff.
The gameplay is fun. Like I'm having fun slicing things up. Whatever. The battle mechanics have clicked for me now more. So I'm like switching between characters to do limit breaks and all. So it's coming together. It's fun. I'm having an easier time with it, so I am enjoying the fights. So that was fun. Plus, I like underground sections of games, and as you guys know, I'm a big train fan, so of course I like this section. I wasn't like blown away by it or anything, but I had fun. But the story part's still not doing it for me. But I have my biggest gripe by far.
Oh,
It's a
baby.
very tiny thing
Juicy.
that made me want to stop playing right there because I was like, I don't know whose decision this was, but they need to be fired,
Oh, no.
drawn and quartered.
Jeez.
Barrett is on the train this is before you run around in the train station, and they're doing the scan on the train, and the scan goes wrong. Barrett's on the train before the scan goes wrong. He's talking to the guy that works for Shinra for the second time. And the Shinra guy's like, Shinra's the best. And Barrett's like, oh, you think they're the best? Huh? Whatever. Paraphrasing. Cloud has to come in and be like, Barrett doesn't mean it. Leave Barrett alone. And the Shinra guy goes and sits down at the other end of the train. And he's like, this Shinra guy is also an idiot. And he's like, you think these renegades are doing the right thing? Like, we don't obviously know the guy with the giant sword in his back, the guy with the machine gun arm are part of this. But anyway, so Cloud comes in and saves the day, de-escalates the situation. What does Barrett do? Barrett sits down on the train. He looks at Cloud, and I can't even believe this is a real thing I'm going to say. Barrett goes, da 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 da.
Oof.
Who made this decision? Barrett breaks the fourth wall, sings a song that I don't know where he knows this song from, and that's a thing for him now? And what is the point of it? He sings the song. That's the end of the conversation. He never says anything else. Is he saying it like, thanks, Cloud, for coming in and being the hero? Here's a song that I don't know why I know it, but fans of the first game know it, and I'm going to sing it to you.
So in the second game, when you win battles, sometimes one of the characters, it's happened with Barry and Yuffie and even Tifa, I think, have done that, but it's after a battle. Now, it takes you out of it a bit because it is weird. It's breaking that fourth wall, but it's at least after a battle, so it makes sense. In the situation you're describing, it's totally uncalled for. Like, what? Out of
never
nowhere,
heard it anywhere
makes
in that
no
universe.
sense.
There's no reason for it. It's not. No one's talking about anything related to that.
Weird.
He comes in, de-escalates the situation. Barrett looks at him and sings the song, and that is literally the end of the conversation. I really, right there, I was like, well, I've given it a real good try the second time, but I think I'm done because I don't understand that decision making at all. It's give me 5 seconds where you show me you don't understand Final Fantasy VII, you don't understand Barrett, you don't understand characters, you don't understand references. Like that's it, all of it right there. That little segment. I understand Easter eggs and callbacks. You can do them in a whole bunch of different ways and in subtle ways where the player catches it and they're like, oh, that's great. Have that little jingle playing in the back of a store somewhere. Doesn't matter.
Right.
It's a little throwaway where I might hear it and be like, oh yeah, that's cool. And it's done. Have Barrett look at me and sing it and no explanation for it.
Out of place in the story. Like, so weird.
I don't.
And but you also like, there's some people who are playing that and they're like, yeah, awesome.
And you know what? That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at those people.
No, but like that's why it's there though, for because there are people who are gonna be like,
and that's.
But in reality, it doesn't make sense unless every single time you go into a fight, there's somebody who's like not necessarily fighting with you, but they're like they press play on a cassette or something and it plays that music.
Well, no,
like,
I would
right.
still be mad about that, but this is worse, I would say. Yeah, if you like it if you like it for whatever reason, it doesn't matter. You like it, that's fine. But I think this is what I'm realizing.
Maybe that's where
people
this
like
music came
these
from,
remakes and stuff because it's not about like, they don't think about how it's going to impact the original or how it compares to the original. They just like to see all the things they already like repackaged in something. So it's like, here's a little song, here's the character, here's a location, here's a line of dialogue, and here it is all over again. So every time those things hit, it's like a little dopamine hit where it's like, and to me, that makes an amalgamation of a whole bunch of garbage that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if this makes you angry, but maybe because we'd make little noises and sounds when we accomplish things or do things ourselves. So maybe that little jingle or whatever that came from Barrett originally. Maybe that was something that he would sing after like a successful thing.
Well, you know what? That's great.
felt
Let's
good
say
about
that's
it.
the case. Tell me that, or I still think it's stupid. Once you tell me, I'm still going to think it's stupid,
Yeah.
but at least I'll know.
But I think they did.
This
just tell
guy
you
played
that.
the first game, and
He didn't even realize or notice it.
no. Barrett didn't accomplish anything. He sat there on the train while Cloud did everything, and that was it. Here, okay, let's say that's what Barrett does when something happens. Then he better do it again.
Oh, let's
He
see.
better do it again.
We're
he does
watching
it
you,
in the second
Barrett.
one. So.
He does it.
Yeah.
But apparently, multiple characters do it in the
Yeah,
second
they
one.
do it in the second one every once in a while.
Well, because they saw
after a
him do
battle.
it. They heard him do it, and they're like, "That's
So then I go back to what I said. He better do it again in the first one.
yeah." Oh.
It's great. It is what you said about just trying to sprinkle in as many like, oh, I remember things, because it's by no means like a half-assed game. They worked hard. Like you can see that like put a lot of detail in almost every bit of this game, and yet it feels so lazy because of the way they're treating these characters in the story.
This is why remakes don't resonate with me at all, even if they're just visual remakes. I would rather it was visual only because I know people won't play games because of how they look, because they look old. I don't like that, but if I'm given a choice, that's the direction I want. But remakes to me are all just superficial stuff of you're just making money off of something that people became endeared to. And I guess that's all that people want really is like,
That's all.
Just give me
anything is.
these little pieces that make me remember things that I already know are safe and enjoyable, and it doesn't matter how I get them. So somebody hears Barrett singing that, and they're like, "That's from the original," and they like that, and that's great for them. But that's not me. It doesn't work for me. It makes me angry because I'm like, you took something from the original, shoehorned it in, and cheapened the character while you did it. Like, and narratively, it makes no sense, and it makes dissonance that I don't understand, and I don't. Yeah, that's all it is. It's just let's make it look prettier because for some reason it wasn't pretty enough back then anymore. What was pretty then isn't pretty now, so that's garbage. So it's got to look better, and now Cloud's got to have pores we can see on his skin because that makes it better. And the only thing we both universally like about it is the soundtrack, and we still both love the original soundtrack. But orchestral versions of that soundtrack are great. That's wonderful. They've done wonderful things with the soundtrack. I don't think it's better than the original. I don't think it's worse than the original. It's just a lovely tribute to the original. So, but
and
that's
I don't remember the remake as much as Rebirth, obviously, because I'm playing through Rebirth now. But in Rebirth, they have multiple different versions of a lot of different songs, and it's like different genres of music. There's the funk song, there's jazz, there's classical, there's like hip hop. It's really, really cool. I don't remember the variety in the first game as much, but like it's fun because it's like all these familiar tunes, but like they just jazzed them up like you've never experienced before.
That's the difference. Like the music, you still have the core of what made it so strong with a new riff on it. Here, like story and characters, you don't have the core of what they were. They look like, they used to look like, kind of, but their lines of dialogue, their story beats, their actions, their personalities, they're all different. So they're hollow where the music isn't hollow. The music still has that core of why it was so great. A great song is going to be a great song no matter what kind of riff you put on it, because that core is still going to be there. Like the original composition is there. With Cloud and all the other characters, you're looking at them and they look the part, but they don't sound the part. They don't act the part. They don't play the part. And the story you're getting is not what it was in the original. Like, if you're going to do that, then everything else needs to be way better. Like, if it was all better, I mean, it's subjective, of course. Some people might say this is better than the original, but all I can say is complaints that I have about this game are numerous, and they are not complaints I had about the original, and it's not rose-tinted glasses. The story in the original so far was better and more enjoyable. The characters didn't seem out of place and didn't seem weird. And I don't know. It's just this Barrett thing irks me to no end. Like I've said, it's one little pinpoint I can make where I'm like, this right here shows that you don't understand anything around it. So I don't
Need my help, do you?
His delivery is so offensive to me. It drives me nuts. Like, it's so tropish that I'm like, oh, nobody was like, let's dial it back like 25%.
You feel like they showed the actor like a picture of him and he's like, oh, I got it.
Yeah,
I got this guy.
They're like, Mr. T, there you go. And they're like, but could you do Mr. T, but more? So yeah, it's bad. And to your point about how characters are acting, as I've said to you, Tifa, even in this game, doesn't feel like Tifa to me because she's very much like moving and posing and bouncing. And like, if there's a character like that, that's fine, but that's not Tifa. Tifa, like when Tifa's on the train and she's getting worried about the scan coming in, she's like, if you're watching the podcast, you can see what's going on here, but she's very animated. But she's like looking at Cloud. She's like, Cloud, come here. Come over here and listen to me. And oh my God, I'm so scared. Like moving into all these different poses. And I'm like, your personality through your motions is not matching what you're saying. And it's awkward. Like if a character like that is totally fine by me. I watch anime. Plenty of characters are like that. But that's not what Tifa was like, and what Tifa's saying doesn't make any sense for any of this stuff. You know, like Fooly Cooly, Haruko is all over the place with her animations, but so is what she's saying and what she's doing. It all makes sense. Like Naota isn't like that all the times, but there are times when he is like that, and it calls for whenever the conversation is going in those directions or he's interacting with Haruko. Like I'm just using examples of anime because that's how Tifa's using, but I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. It's making me so mad. It's making me so mad. But onward, I was going to say onward and upwards, but onwards we go. So I stopped at the part where I just finished that train section. So now we're at like section E, G, and F, where we got to go up to the pillar that's holding up the plate. That's where we're at. So gameplay wise, it clicked more for me and I was enjoying that more. Story wise, it got worse. So I don't know. Push and pull. I got both. So I don't know.
Hey guys, can I try something?
Sure.
You ready? What's up, brother?
Brain's holding up her index finger, saying, "What's up, brother?"
So TikTok's lying to me. Okay.
Hmm.
So I got all the hell divers. Remember, like I had a woman on the inside on TikTok.
Yeah.
So there's this trend right now going on TikTok that says, hold up one finger. Ladies, walk up to your man right now and say, "What's up, brother?" with a finger up.
I don't know. What is it hashtagged? And what are in the comments? Is anybody vouching for it? Us three don't know it. Oh, I thought you were gonna look.
I'm gonna. I took a picture of it to remind myself.
Well, as she's doing that, let's go to questions. Send your questions to goninpod@gmail.com.
Sketch? Do we know Sketch on Twitch?
Is this a person?
I guess so.
I don't know who that is.
Skitchacat?
You don't even have a blue mark.
Or skit?
Well, I mean, this was just a.
No, I don't know. You're going to have to do the research and get back to us. Send your emails to goninpod@gmail.com.
Where?
Goninpod@gmail.com. They can be about Nintendo video games in general or whatever the hell you want. We are picking back up from where we were last week with Autumnal Blake. 5 more questions from the fan. Name a sorting algorithm. Mom Brain, you might know some. I know bucket. Bubble. Is it
What?
bubble one? Sort. You don't. I thought you might know sorting algorithms because you're a teacher.
Algorithm?
What is it? What's the.
Methods of sorting data.
Oh, no. I have no idea.
Okay, moving on. What's the worst thing about the beach?
Alphabetizing? What is it? The worst thing about the beach?
Alphabetizing. What is the worst thing about the beach? We're going around the table on this one.
I don't know. Probably
I like
just
it.
the fact that
don't like it.
90% of the sand is actually seagull poop.
Okay. Do?
Never thought about that. Other people, mostly children.
Yeah, that's the right answer. Mom Brain?
The worst thing is when, for whatever reason, there's something going on in the water that makes you itch. Like, yeah. Yeah.
Like an algae bloom.
You get like
Yeah.
itchy palms. Ever get like that?
I'm like itchy now just thinking about it.
What do they call those things? Jellyfish?
Jellyfish. I don't like
Jellyfish.
sand. It's coarse,
Jelly
and
F.
rough, and irritating.
Is that what you're saying? That's your answer?
No, that's Star Wars.
Oh.
I don't
Somebody
remember the
put
rest of
that
it.
right
Raw
in.
meats
did they
is,
really?
Raw meats is that it's outside.
That you are 100% right. That is what I was going to say. Would you rather be a crustacean or a mollusk? I want to be a crustacean.
I think so too.
Yeah.
All right. What is your favorite form? Oh, Mom Brain, you're going to have an answer for this. What is your favorite form to consume grapes in? Like a jelly or just whole grape form, or maybe frozen grapes, or
Whole grapes, just plain
whole grapes.
Although for New Year's, because you're supposed to eat something round,
you could have a.
I made like sour Jolly Rancher grapes, which is just basically grapes that you put.
They went pretty big.
Yeah, you divide your grapes up into however many flavors you want. And you squeeze lemon juice over top of them, and then you dump a packet of flavored Jell-O over top, and toss it around. So they're like, they've got like
crunchy crystals.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and the kids went berserk over them.
Kids.
Grapes, you guys.
So
How do
what
you
was the
like it?
question?
What form do you like to consume your grapes in? In a drink? In a jelly? As just a grape?
White grape juice
In an ice
is
cream?
delicious.
Yeah, I like all grapes. I prefer them just whole, like a regular old grape. Pop it in there.
What kind of grape? Concord?
green?
Cotton candy?
I don't know. I like all grapes. I kind of like I think I like green grapes better
I
if
do.
they're like nice and ripe.
Do you ever see the
Trying to
moondrop
think.
grapes that are like fingers?
Yeah, I like those too. Those are
Yeah.
pretty good. I've had the gumdrop ones. I've had the cotton candy ones. I like all those.
Never
Nicky
met a
Hill?
grape I didn't like.
I'm trying to think of the flavor, like gum or like a high chew.
Oh, a high chew is great.
Well,
I
frozen
guess
grapes are good.
I was gonna
Coburn.
say I take jelly just because I like grape jelly, but high chew's good.
Yeah.
We got what are these things from Costco? We just got
The Bobos, PB&J like cookie things.
I might have to
Oatmeal.
try one of those. I do like
Do,
Bobos.
Yeah,
They're good.
Yeah.
They're very good.
I do
They're
like-
so it's peanut butter oatmeal with the jelly on the inside. They're great.
Oh, look
Yeah,
at
they're
that.
very
like a
good.
peanut
They're
butter
very
jelly
good.
sandwich.
I
but a
know. I
cookie.
didn't realize it was peanut butter oatmeal as well.
That's high concept.
You
Good.
were just talking about that this week, weren't you? Oatmeal
Sometimes
with jelly in it?
sometimes I put a little bit like I put
Mhm.
I put the peanut butter in there and then I
Oh
like
my
to
god,
put a
you're
little
gonna
bit of
love it
jelly
then.
in there.
You're gonna
Yeah,
love these.
they're great.
If you had to get a playing card suit tattooed on your forehead, what would it be?
Heart.
Diamond.
Suit, huh?
Just want a diamond.
Okay.
Gotta
What?
do the puppy print.
On my forehead?
Yeah.
Golly.
You don't actually have to do it.
I know, but like just thinking about doing it makes me I don't want to do any of them.
Like I'm doing diamond like Mr. Sinister.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna pass. I'm sorry to be.
You
that
don't
guy.
actually have to do it.
I just can't even. I can't comprehend. I can't even.
You could just say any. Nobody's gonna make you do it.
this? Regardless, what's your favorite?
What's your favorite suit?
What's your favorite
I
suit?
don't like them.
Oh,
Okay,
for
all right.
Christ's sake.
Guy, what does he play all day long? Like solitaire?
exactly.
But no,
Not
don't
because I
exactly.
like. Not because I like.
Yeah, but
hearts
is it
and
crazy to
spades.
think you could pick one of the shapes that you like? Just one of them.
A club.
There you go. Biggest club on forehead fan. You heard it here. We also have a Patreon question. Mom Brain, did you know that you
For
could join the
$1.
Patreon for $1? Pandazorian did. And they asked this. Have you ever nope.
Have you ever?
Have you even given your I guess he means ever. Have you ever given yourself a stupid video game challenge? For example, growing up, me and my brother challenged ourselves to beat Super Mario World while holding a controller upside down. I do
cool.
this all the time with almost every game. So yes, there's too many to answer. The go-to right away is headshots only. Use as little ammo as possible. That's one I do in every game with a gun. I go headshots only, little ammo as possible. I would literally play Uncharted, and if I didn't get a headshot, I would reset it and go back. So I do these crazy challenges all the time.
Didn't realize that.
Don't use this shape in a puzzle game.
I remember
anymore.
that about Uncharted.
What
I'm
am
sorry.
I do-
What?
What am I doing?
Don't
now?
use this shape in a puzzle game. What does that mean?
I'm just thinking of like examples. Like if you got like the L shape, always put it on the left hand side no matter what. Or Final Fantasy VII. Don't use potions. Never let myself use potions. I'm only using cures. Like these are just things that I do to make it a little more fun for me. Fortnite, I keep my gold up all the time. It's a thing for me. I never spend money
Oh,
in
yeah.
games, but I
I
feel compelled to
posted a
do it.
little. You might have seen that. I posted a
Yes.
little clip of you by mistake purchasing something.
That
from
damn
the-
shield bubble. I'll never
That was
forget it.
Really funny too.
Are you
Uh,
gonna say Rainbow Six
I was
Vegas?
gonna
There you
say
go.
that
Yeah,
pistols
pistols
only.
only.
Pistols only.
We
That's-
had a
that's the
lot
only
of
time I
fun
did.
doing that.
Yeah, but then we also played it so much that like we beat the game because we knew
I'd still play that game
Oh,
with you guys if
yeah.
if we could.
I
you
would.
know,
We
like,
can. I still own it.
no, but just the way that like
it's not
we
that
knew
easy.
what's that?
It's not. We took a long time to do it.
Well, I mean, it's Xbox 360. So what do I have to do? I have to pay Microsoft for an online account to go
do you mean?
online.
We
Oh,
did
no,
it
he's saying we
locally.
can play it here.
Oh,
Yeah.
is that what we did?
Yeah,
Man,
that wasn't
that's-
online.
That
It
was
was
a long time
local.
ago.
Yeah,
Wow.
we had it. We were doing split
Well,
screen,
no, we
and we were
played-
doing system
We
link,
played.
Really?
We did Vegas 2
which we didn't like.
online, and the fact that you would die and you could respawn.
Yes,
just
we
like,
were-
no
we
way.
were
That's
all
right.
devastated.
We wanted
We
only
were
one
devastated,
life.
yeah.
That's right. We were that weird.
We were absolutely
where the fun
devastated.
was.
That's right. When we did the original, it was more often. It was we had 2 TVs at my parents' house for it, and pistols only in the old zoo, the new zoo.
Yeah. This one's from
But
Marcelo.
the whole thing was that like regardless of what like minimal weaponry we used or whatever, we knew that like if Do goes one way and I go the other, and I don't move until Do gets in
Yeah.
position, I take one step, somebody's gonna spawn right in front of him and he can shoot him, and like we're
Yeah,
done. So like
yeah.
we knew exactly what step spawned someone somewhere.
I love
And
that
so,
kind of stuff with games.
Yeah.
It makes it fun. Yeah, those little. Me and a friend Scott, we used to do wave race, but we would only do Dolphin Park, and we would try to get the high score in Dolphin Park. And we would literally spend all day doing it, just like as many flips and tricks as we could get, and he'd like eke out a score that was 10 points higher than me, and then I would take it, and it would be like literally like an hour and a half of me trying to get a better score, and then I'd finally get one, and then he'd take it. We did it for months on end, just Dolphin Park. And then we got to the point where we felt it was impossible to get a higher score at all, because we both got to the same score, and we're like, if neither of us can get past this has to be the limit. So
That's awesome.
that was a lot of fun. Mom Brain, any of these? You
No,
ever do anything? So
Every time I play is a challenge.
that's what I was gonna say.
It's already challenging.
All right. Well, thank you for the questions. Good questions, guys. And let's do music. Send your music to goninpod@gmail.com. Goninpod@gmail.com. Please put music in the title to help out your local Mom Brain.
You want to hear it?
You want to hear it? Oh. Let me get my notes ready.
Is that what I sound like?
Sometimes.
I'm afraid it is.
All right. My dears.
You know, before you do this, you know how I said we were playing Fortnite a few weeks ago, and I said, I'm going to write down a note because I know I'm going to forget this, and then one day I'll randomly open the note and it'll be there. It just happened. Hate going to bed, love going to milk. What? Said in Fortnite.
Do you remember
Nope.
why we said that?
Nope.
It was so
And I
profound
remember
at the
when I
time.
wrote it, I said, we're not going to remember why it was said, but I just want to know.
I'm so happy you wrote that
Hate
down.
going to bed, love going to milk.
What was that thing that R-Type had said?
It does seem
That,
like
like-
something our type would say.
What
that-
was the thing that he said that like you guys text messaged it or something and you knew what it was?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it
what
was
was
about a
that?
movie night movie, wasn't it?
Frog, something a frog or something?
I don't remember. I bet I could text him and he'd remember. He's got a really good memory.
Well, in the meantime, our
Yep,
first
yep,
song
yep.
comes from Guy Bones.
Pilot wings.
No.
This isn't a short hike.
It
is
sure
it?
is.
Oh my god!
Great job, Nikki.
I had to say
Hill.
it, otherwise I would have been like, oof.
Nice little tune.
It was a short hike
It was such a piece. It's a peaceful song. It's
from
gotta
Guy
be.
Bones. This one comes from Geku Kitsune.
This is a song I definitely know, but I'm blanking on why I know it. Bana, 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 bada, bada, bana, bana. Is this Mega Man 10?
It is.
Wow.
You guys are on fire. Here's one from Akumaju.
It's your turn, Joe. Nikki got one, I got one.
Uh-oh.
You go up.
Is this something about? Oh, is this Nightgast?
Nice. Is this supposed to sound
I can't tell if it's supposed to sound like this or not. Is this Super Nintendo?
No.
Conquer.
Game Boy Advance?
Nope.
What's this?
Famicom.
This is not the Famicom. Stake my life on it. Unless it's a MIDI interpretation
really
of a
fart
Famicom
related?
game. Can you look up the game?
I'm looking it up right now.
The game?
Night crap.
If you type in the name of the game in Wiki, the Wiki page on the right-hand side will tell you the platforms it was on. And the first one listed is the first one it came out for.
I guess we could say Super Nintendo.
Guess we could.
Super fan.
So yes, I said Super Nintendo. It sounded like Super Nintendo. I'm gonna guess an RPG.
Looks like it.
Oh, definitely RPG. So it's a Square game
Yeah.
with that noise.
Yeah, it was
Took a long time to get there.
It was developed and published by Square for the Super Famicom.
Yes. All right. Well, is it going to be a weird one or not weird
Alright.
one? So we'll go Final Fantasy.
No.
Secret of Evermore?
No.
Secret of Mana.
Sword of Mana?
Secret of Mana.
No. Not sword. Not secret. No, not children.
That's a real one. It's something of Mana?
Yeah.
Parents of Mana?
I don't remember another.
Tales of Mana.
I don't remember another of Mana. Secret Sword.
Mana of Mana? Mono and Mana?
Children is the one you said?
No.
Are we going to get half a point for this?
Yeah, I'll give it to you. I mean,
Oh, you'll give it to us?
yeah, I would give
Okay.
it to you. I mean,
All right.
you're,
We'll take it.
Trials.
Trials. I should have guessed that.
Oh, well, then I can't give you the point.
Trials of Mana.
Um,
I wonder if Trials of Mana is that one game that has that amazing song in it.
Didn't we just hear
this
it?
one comes from 10th Division.
This has to be a Phoenix Wright.
Wheel of Fortune.
It does sound like Wheel of Fortune.
Or
It
it's an Ace Attorney.
Yeah, Apollo Justice, Ace Attorney.
Man, when you're solving a case and you got that asshole cornered and this song comes on and their sweat starts coming down and you're like, you mother
This
effer,
is-
I got you.
This
I
is
got you!
so funny that this song goes with a game like that because I've never played those games, so I wouldn't know. But like,
Getting close to buying it.
I was thinking like, oh, this is definitely like Streets of Rage or something, you know?
It's Capcom. So it's they do a lot of energetic music.
All right. Our next song comes to us from No Blades, No Bows.
Leave
your weapons
here.
Oh shit, I don't. Is this our fifth song? The streak ends.
Luigi's Mansion.
All right, it's above Super Nintendo. It's too good for Super Nintendo.
That's correct.
It's too good for N64 because
Sure
N64 is bad.
Is it the Switch?
It is. Just cut right to the chase.
RPG?
I like
Bloodstained.
it. No.
We got a random guess. That's not a horrible guess.
Hollow Knight.
Nope.
Man, you got some good guesses.
It sounds like a Metroidvania, doesn't it?
It feels like a Metroidvania to me too, but it could also just
It's
be
not
like a
an
strategy
Ori
RPG.
game, is it?
No.
All right,
Doesn't
we're
sound like it.
all blanking on this one.
Times. Never mind.
I don't know enough of what was that game?
What was that
Can you describe it?
The like religious game with the guy with the big helmet.
Blasphemous.
Yeah.
game? It is not Blasphemous.
Is this Hogwarts?
Nope.
All right, then I'm out too.
It is Slay the Spire.
Oh, we were dancing around it.
This one comes from Jess I.
Oh God, I know this. Is this Super Nintendo or no?
64.
No, yeah. Yes, I know it because I hated it because it makes me think of Christmas. It's Diddy Kong Racing.
It is.
This stupid song came on. I'd be like, I like it and I hate it at the same
And the title of the song is Walrus Cove. So
I've been to the Walrus Cove before.
Mm.
this one comes from Steve Irwin, R.I.P.
The beat is throwing me off because that's not NES.
It's not.
Cuphead.
No.
What is this Switch?
No.
Game Boy Advance?
No.
DS?
No.
Okay, go ahead.
WiiWare?
Yes. On the eShop.
Oh my God.
It hurts a little.
Like balloon fight something.
I got no guesses. I don't know what to go with.
Do we give up?
Give up. I do.
It
Smash
is
Brothers.
Harmonite.
Oh,
Pokemon-
I
the bonus
played that.
Pokemon
I played
stage.
that. Damn it. And it's Pokemon, so it makes sense that it screwed me over.
This one's from Nico Darunia.
Oh, yeah. One of my favorites. Let this whole damn song play.
This song is dripping.
You guys you will definitely know it. You never played the game, but you've heard this song a lot of times. So have you.
I have.
Where have I heard it?
Can't tell you.
I've never played the game.
Never even come close to playing. Don't feel bad. I haven't played it either, but I played the original. But recently.
What's this guy talking about?
I'm just
Very confused.
vamping because I want to hear more of the song because it's about to get really good.
Crystal Bears.
Nope.
Right company.
Never finished.
That is the
game.
correct company.
Chrono Trigger.
Oh man, are you really close?
Chrono Cross.
That's it, baby! Yeah, remember Tommy Tallarico used to play this at every Video Games Live with the guitar back to back with
really?
Jack.
Oh,
Yeah.
remember.
And they had the girl that did the amazing flute that played into this. The song's so good. And remember, if you haven't played this game, you can play it right now on your Switch because they did a remaster, high def, but original game graphics.
This little bop comes from our friend Service Corbin.
Castlevania.
got
The Adventure 2?
Yeah, Belmont's Revenge.
Wow.
This game's got a great soundtrack too. This song is one of my favorites in that game. There's a song in this game called The New Messiah. Best Castlevania
Not like
song.
Rufus Wainwright's Gay
No.
Messiah?
No.
No?
New Messiah.
Also
It's
a
the best
great song?
Castlevania song, hands down. And that's a franchise with a lot of great songs. Comes from this game. This game!
Really? So over everything Super Castlevania 4.
Yeah, I'll just play you a little snippet of it. It's New Messiah. It's automatically comes up because I listen to it so often.
I only have one song left. Excuse me.
Oh, this is from Castlevania: The Adventure 2. Is that
That's right.
Great job.
6 out of 9?
And the fact that it was on the Game Boy, the stuff that it does, it's crazy. And fast forward a little bit. It's so good. And it's really long for a Game Boy song.
It's got that section had like a dissonance to it that
Yep.
works with a Castlevania, like
Konami-
sometimes those.
I swear to God, Konami and Capcom at the time, their composers were trying to one-up each other the whole time, and it was amazing. But those days are over.
Today's final offering
Now we get Barrett singing. Da, 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 da,
Barrett's
da,
Privateers?
da, da.
comes from Mikey3319.
The question of bad Super Nintendo or bad N64.
Conquers per day.
Bugs Bunny something or other?
N64?
Hold on. Let me double check on that.
Oh no, you know the quality? I take it back. I'm gonna go GBA on this. There's a little something to the quality that's GBA. I'm settled
Yeah,
on it.
GBA.
GBA, of course.
Yeah. Okay, so this is what I got. I know it's first party,
It sure is.
but I don't know what. It's not a mainline anything, but I know it's first party. It's not a Mario Kart.
It's a Mario something.
Yeah, okay, well that narrows it down. Mario something on the GBA. It's not Mario versus Donkey Kong
It's
anything. It's not a Mario Party.
Nope.
It's not a sports game.
Nope.
What does that leave? It's not a
I'm sorry, say it again.
It's not a Game
Mario.
& Watch collection, right?
It's not a Game & Watch collection, but it is Mario something.
Mario Pinball.
You got it.
There we go. We got there.
Mario
Bravo.
Pinball Land.
Bravo.
7 out of 10.
6 out of 9.
6 out of 9.
Not too shabby.
Well,
And
yeah.
that's a neat little bow at the end of the show here. I don't think there's anything else.
No,
There's-
definitely not.
There's definitely
Goodbye, everybody. Have
wait a
a-
minute.
my
Hold
goodness.
on.
Holy,
Help.
holy. Spiders and Flies
What?
Network
Oh my
is
God.
popping off.
Oh my god.
The SFN?
Yes.
New report from the SFN. We need like a little like fly noise
Buzz,
for
buzz.
the
Yeah,
like
we
a,
do.
like the yeah that.
Deux Views. It's never news. Rumor of the week with Dew Michaels. Ladies and gentlemen, you know if you listen to the show that the rumors happen constantly, and I'm the one that gets to bring them to you through the network of Spiders and Flies. So this week, actually, there's something interesting about the news story, the rumor story here. It's a true story.
Oh, what a
gosh,
treat.
What an honor.
We're trying something new with
It's
this
an
true
Easter
story
miracle.
thing. So whatever I say next, take very seriously and take it to the bank, ladies and
course.
gentlemen. So you may have heard of Nintendo. They are making, from now on, they've decided that they're only going to make physical Game Boy Advance versions of all their games. They said
Wow.
you
Huge
know, it's very important that this very new and still relevant handheld device gets its hard copy games for all the people out there clamoring for them.
I mean, that's the only way
And
to
there's
get
tons
them.
and tons. So be wary out there. Dust off your Game Boy Advances and dust on your Switches, folks, because you're not going to need them anymore. Ladies and gentlemen, I have spoken.
Wow. Well, I definitely. But I mean, this one's.
That's
true
a
with the
heck of
the
a way
industry
to
is
save
going.
them money, to not have to make a new
know what?
system. They just start pushing
Yeah,
games out
they're
for
like,
their old
we got
system.
unsold stock, and we thought of some new ideas. So why not go back? Yeah, it's true. Retro gaming is bigger.
So does
than
that
ever.
mean some of these games, could they work on a Game Boy Micro?
Well, since a Game Boy Micro is a Game Boy Advance, the answer is yes.
Okay.
They are the same system.
Okay.
They'll work on a
let's go.
GBA, a GBA SP, a Game Boy Micro, a Game Boy Player on your GameCube. They'll work in all of them.
A
Red
DS
Susan.
The
Lite.
DS.
DS Lite,
Red
there you
Susan
Just
go.
the DS
says-
Lite, though?
I'll be
The
wary.
original DS.
Yeah. And the
And-
DS 3D.
Did the DS Lite have the
Not the
GBA
3DS.
slot?
3DS.
3DS, no, and versions of the DS, no. They eventually took out the slot, but the original DS, FAT as people call it. Yeah. Well, I got plenty of ways to play. I got my link cables, I got my GBAs, I got my SPs, I got my
Right.
player, I got
That's
it all.
right,
Bring it
baby.
on.
And there's many more like you. Bring them on, people.
I'm ready. I'm ready. Finally, my time has come. No, that's stupid. We all want to live in a time when we just remake the games from those days, but worse.
No, but they'll probably still remake a lot of them, but they're going to just,
We're gonna remake
Oh.
Switch games for the GBA.
yeah. This is
Hey,
exciting.
The D-Make.
I'm a D-Make fan, so give me that. Yeah, because then we show people. We show them. We say, look how stupid you people are. Because we could be doing the same games, but because they got better graphics, you think they're different. Well, guess what? They're not different. You're just stupid. That's what it is.
Okay.
Da, 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 da.
All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll see you
What a
next week. Goodbye, everybody.
week.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
I had something for Aftershow I wanted to talk about, but it's gone. I don't remember what it was.
Do you always say your sign off stuff at the end of the after show?
Yes.
Oh.
The rest, relax, and all that. Yeah. For a little something special for the viewers. Yeah. Man, there was something I wanted to talk
We don't
about.
want the regular listeners to rest and relax. We want them high strung.
Well, you got to give everybody, you got to give the people what they want. You got to give the
Whoever.
viewers a little something extra.
Yeah.
Little
They
something
they
around.
are getting something extra. They get
Thank
to
you.
see they get to see us do crazy things. Do something crazy.
A wuzzle wuzzle.
Oh my
God!
God.
Look
This
at
guy. Are those
Exclusive.
things you brought for everybody?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you like marzipan.
Well, the way you said it makes me think no.
Well, it was initially kind of just for you,
oh,
but it
I
is-
just didn't know
it
if I
is-
could try one.
It is high cals. No, I brought
Oh,
them here.
it's
I brought them here so I can sit down and eat them in front of all of you.
Oh, I thought maybe you're bringing them to family. I didn't know where
You
going
are
after.
family.
Oh,
It's family since we've known each other since 4th grade.
I
it was
knew
second grade.
of you in 2nd grade.
Everybody was talking
that's
about that
because of
Nicky
the-
Hill.
because of the playground.
Oh, did you hear Nicky Hill's in this school? He
I
just
mean,
transferred in.
We were in our class had like what 20 kids in it. You knew
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah. I honestly didn't like. I didn't know people. I guess.
He knew me in second grade, even. I mean,
Yeah,
he
but
knew
that was
everybody.
that was a different
Town's
classroom.
over.
Well,
He
as
knew.
I said, he's the resident hentai and religious guy, so you knew him through the religion part.
Yeah. No. So you really like those rainbow cookies, which
Love them.
main ingredient for that is almond paste.
Sugar.
These are
Oh, I know.
marzipan. So-
You know, it's funny. My sister usually has marzipan stuff, and I was like, tomorrow for Easter, she's gonna have marzipan, but I don't have to wait now.
she might not. Or you
She
think
might
will?
not is right.
Yeah.
She might not is
So
right.
those, the first time I went to Lidl and saw like their big
Mm.
Easter
High Blood Ocean.
display, they had one of those, but it was like this big. It was an egg that was that big. And
Egg.
Mom,
it was
Brain,
like
come here.
6. You got to see the size of what this egg was.
See, you got to look at this imaginary egg size.
It was like 6 servings, and I was like, nope, 2.
Yeah, that's how I feel about everything. We're gonna end the show with this. I thought you'd want to be here because it came up. Tony De La Mancha says the only family I have is at Olive Garden, and since Olive Garden came up, I thought I'd let you end the show by talking about anything Olive Garden because you love it so much.
Soup, salad, and breadsticks. I mean, it's not really so much the soup; it's the salad and breadsticks.
Is there a salad bar?
You know what? I'm leaving.
When you're here, you're family.
I'm sorry, I was genuinely asking. She
It's
says
just
there's
a
no
never-ending
bar.
salad bowl.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Wait.
It took us decades in our relationship, me and my brain, for her to admit that she loves Olive Garden like I love Pizza Hut. She didn't want to admit it to herself, but now it's out, so we've gone a few times and she loves it.
Live free, baby.
Wait a
That's
minute,
right.
what?
You only
That's
live
right.
once.
Never ending. It just reminded me. No, never mind. It's not related. Oh, I'll tell you.
There we go.
Red Robin, never ending root beer floats.
No way.
Yeah.
Really?
Also, you know,
That sounds like a
we do the
bellyache.
podcast 3:00 till whenever it ends. Right now it's 6:20. Shake Shack today, you get a free shake if you spend $10 from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Missed that window, didn't I?
Aw. I
Didn't
thought
we
you were.
all?
I was all excited that we were gonna go.
I'm sorry. We could still go, but no free shakes.
We when we went out to a mall, I'll tell you more about it later.
A gorilla.
They had a Shake Shack there, and I was like, I haven't been to Shake Shack in a while, and I hadn't eaten anything that day. I was like, kind of want to blow calories on a Shake Shack, but we ended up going somewhere else.
Honestly, I mean the burgers and stuff, they give me bathroom problems. But I just ran in one day and got a shake, and you know what? I like it.
Yeah, I like their shakes. I like their peanut butter shake a lot.
like he's ever had a milkshake he didn't like. Seriously.
No,
like,
I mean sometimes
The
yeah.
man
amazing.
loves sweets and loves milkshakes
Sometimes
and
you
all that
get-
stuff, and he gets
sometimes-
offended when I say he houses a milkshake. Like,
Sometimes I don't get offended. That's it's the one thing you got to say about me.
I love that. Like, why
Why
would I get
offended?
offended?
Yeah.
It's like we don't know why.
Yeah.
But
Wendy's
no,
has
sometimes
that.
there's occasionally you get a milkshake that's more milk than shake.
Yeah,
True.
and
True.
I like a thinner milkshake because I'm a weirdo. But Wendy's has their orange cream frosty that I want to try. I haven't had that one yet.
Mhm. Could be good
Yeah, what one did we have that was good? Remember we
at Wendy's.
That might be one
we
of the
ordered it during the podcast. Do you remember?
Well, I mean we had
Frosty did
we order during the podcast, Mom Brain?
peppermint or something.
Peppermint. That was.
Oh,
it.
yeah,
And that was
that's
good.
right.
That was
What
good.
I think that might be the other Biscoff thing at McDonald's
You are
is like a
correct.
coffee drink.
Yes, you are correct. Because
Yeah.
I was like, I would try that. Because it's McDonald's, so it's gonna be extra sugary, but I'm down. Yeah.
And I honestly, I don't even want the chicken Big Mac, but I'm probably
I
gonna
don't-
drive somewhere to spend. Like,
Yeah, I don't know
chances
about
are, if I
you got
if I'm
Popeyes in your neighborhood. You got a McDonald's too. But
that. Yeah, I do have Popeyes.
chances are, if I'm gonna get a chicken sandwich at McDonald's, I'm gonna get salmonella poisoning.
I don't
but
trust
I'm-
their chicken over there.
Well, it's just the extruded.
guys,
like
it's the same
man-
patty as the burger. They're just painting it a different color. They
That's
put
so
on different-
nasty.
They just put on a
No,
different
really. I mean,
sauce
it is just a
Ugh.
giant chicken nugget. So
That's
they're
what
just
it
like,
is. Yeah.
Instead of like
There was some when they came out with their fancy chicken sandwich. to rival all those like fancy chicken
Yeah.
sandwiches. I got it twice, I think, and both times it was like tendony, you know what I mean? Like that nastiness, and like I hate the
Like-
policies of Chick-fil-A, but like when you get a sandwich there, usually the chicken's like quality is like really good.
Well, that's what I don't get
It's
about.
like when you bite into it and you're expecting like chicken and you get a crunch and you're like, wow.
That's why I don't get why so many people like chicken McNuggets, because I always thought
Like,
they were
they're
like
not
really
crispy crunch.
gristly. You ever eat a Krispy Kreme and it was crispy?
No, but when
No.
McDonald's does like chicken, like real chicken, like chicken selects,
Chicken.
It's chicken.
ooh, like the chicken selects, they were real chicken.
I
and
liked those
liked 'em.
chicken selects.
You are
Those
a
were
chicken
decent.
select fans. I
Those
have
were decent.
vivid memories of when we were
I
friends for
had,
many years.
like if I was gonna stop, that's
Yep,
that's the
that's
only
all
thing
you
I
get.
would get.
I
Those
remember
were the
you,
times, man.
Yes, they're fried, but it's
And they
actually
had-
chicken.
That was like the Arch Deluxe times, wasn't it?
You know what I
Ooh, I think
you
so.
know what I want, damn it? I want Burger King to go back to how their chicken tenders used to be, because I loved those. I don't eat meat anymore, but their old chicken tenders were great. I'm a fan of the chicken fry as well. I love a chicken fry, but
Do they
Not-
do
no
chicken
more.
fries now? Is that what they do over
yes,
there?
they still do chicken tenders, but they're a different recipe from what
Oh,
they used to be,
interesting.
and they're okay. I didn't like them as much. The fries I really do like. I missed them though because I'm not eating meat. Not that they were really meat, but
The
meat
chicken
enough.
fries have to be better than White Castle's chicken rings, I'd imagine, right?
Oh, I love their
You watch
chicken
your
rings.
mouth.
You don't like their chicken rings? Yeah.
I do, but like they're not great, right? Like they're on the lower end of the man. Look at you guys! Holy hell!
I really like them.
Oh, okay.
I would put a fry above I would put a chicken fry above a ring. but
They
I
are.
do
They're
like-
seasoned.
Okay,
They're
that's more
seasoned
of
better.
My question.
They
was.
are seasoned
You
better.
just take the
But
chicken
you
fry, put
watch
it through the
your mouth.
Well, it's just the chicken rings seem like soft and right, don't they?
So I will agree with that, but it's because they put the stuff in the damn sack, and the sack collects moisture like
Oh, I
none
see.
other. So if you get them like if you get them right away in their paper container,
Yeah.
it's a much
could be
better
better.
experience. Because
Taste test. Let's go.
because whenever we go, we get the damn sacks of everything, and everything gets condensation.
Everywhere you
and
go, you get a
moistens it
sack,
up.
huh?
Right.
No comment. All right, everybody. Now that we made you hungry, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hang out with friends and family. Rest, relax. You deserve it. Play some games. Enjoy your holiday if you do the holiday thing, and if not, just have some fun and enjoy the weekend. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone. Stay safe.
And that is